Hello and good afternoon, friends of the internet. Welcome in once again to the AJ Omega Broadcasting Headquarters. It's time to get on our bikes and ride, like Queen famously said. Well, maybe we can just sit around and chill and watch and drink tea. But it's time for Martin Brosnan to get back on his bike. And we're back at it on Tourist Trophy. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Evil Gran Turismo would be like normal commuting. Hello everyone. Welcome in. Hang on. Christmas Penguin. Christmas Penguin is here. Penguin, are you excited? Excited for today's stream? Are you excited this Christmas week? Yeah, he's excited. He's wishing you all a Merry Christmas, by the way. See that? There you go. Oh, the UI is so Gran Turismo 4-esque because it is. Yeah. Welcome back to Tourist Trophy, aka Gran Turismo 4 motorbike DLC. Because this is what it is. We played this for the first time a little while ago. To answer Oh My Kai's question, welcome in, by the way, bud. That was Ian Ashbury singing on the song that you heard, which is Uncle, or UNKLE, Burn My Shadow, which is an amazing track from about 10 years ago, I think. I really like it. I was introduced to the remix by Junkie XL, which is really cool. Unfortunately, it was introduced to me by a former girlfriend, and it still doesn't hold very good memories for me, that remix. But it's a great remix. The original's great, as you just heard. The reason why I played it before a motorbike racing stream is that I remember hearing it used on a BBC Sport advert for MotoGP back around 2012, 2013 or so. Like in the Valentino Rossi, Casey Stoner, Jorge Lorenzo, that sort of era, you know, Cal Crotchlow era. Hey, Merry Christmas, Kai. Me and the Christmas Penguin wish everyone in chat a happy Christmas. We are into Christmas week, and it feels good. I'm very excited. I hope you all are as well. The AJOBHQ. The AJOBHQ. Yeah, welcome in, everyone. Tureva, Rezzy's here, Kai's here. We've got some beats. Kai's cheered some bits. I've been on Twitch for years, and I still don't quite know what a bit is. But is that a good thing? I know it's a good thing, so there you go. I was playing the Isle of Wight route beforehand, and some absolute bollocks took place. Hello, Nick. Welcome in. Oh, by the way, I'm so tired. I woke up with a headache. Having 2.5 pints last night definitely wasn't the one. Yeah, I know. Look, we don't mock levels of whether tolerance of alcohol. Says the guy who had 3 pints on Saturday and was kind of fine. But I was with my mate who was coming up to visit, and he brought up International Cricket 2010 on the Xbox 360. So when we got back, we tipsily played a T20 match between England and Australia. We put it on hard difficulty, even though he couldn't remember how to play, and I had no idea how to play. Australia were all out for 55 in a T20 match. I was then, as England, all out for 32. So, fortunately, the next day, after we had a full English breakfast and recovered and we were much better, and we set the difficulty to easy, we ran another T20 between the two, and it was one of the greatest T20 matches the world has ever seen. I set up I batted first, and I set up a total of 265, which is the 4th highest in T20 history. And then he managed to chase it down and win by 6 wickets with 3 balls left. Like, 3 balls left in the match. If he didn't get the runs by then, I would have won. But that was how close it was. It was really exciting. I kind of have bad news. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, Hitch. Welcome in either way. Welcome in regardless. Somehow, in the first T20, England managed to do worse than actual England. Oh, no, that's what it was. Look, there wasn't as much of a batting collapse. It was just an everything collapse. It was the England amateurs. It was the England cleaners. Anyway. Yeah, let's get back into Tourist Trophy, shall we? We played this for the first time recently on the stream, and I took a vote at the end of it and said, do you want this to be a one and done, or do you want to see more of it? The answer was a resounding yes from chat and from me, because I really like this game. So I'm excited to play more of it for you as we continue the ballad of Martin Brosnan, the former East End drug runner for the East End mob. He's basically like a gangster out of the getaway, and he used to run around on motorbikes, running drugs for the mob. He decided to get out of it. He decided to get out of the life and tried to go straight by racing actual professional motorbike racing, using his skills for good. I am sick, but I feel like hell. Oh, that is unfortunate, Hitch. Hope you feel better soon. Hopefully in time for... It's the not Bethnal Green mob. It's the Limehouse Massive. The Limehouse boys. Oh, man. Yeah, I hope you feel better soon, Hitch. My parents... Well, my mum, I know, is feeling a bit rough. But that's because her and my dad had their boosters yesterday. So good on them. Things we like to see. That... It's the Cray twins, not cousin from Romford. Hello, another sick lad. Oh, my God. Is everyone poorly? It's come round to Christmas and everyone's poorly. Well, that says a lot, doesn't it? Hey, you've made it through to Christmas in this thoroughly awful year. Here, have the plague. But not that one. Hopefully. All right. Oh, I'm just going to have some water before we get going. Right, okay, so... How we're going to do this, I feel like we'll keep roughly the same pattern for each of these, or I might just clean through some of them or anything else. We've got 3 main elements to complete here. I am now appreciating my current good health all the more. Excellent, yes. Yeah, so we've got the license school, so we've got a license test, we've got the challenge mode, which is where you unlock new bikes, and obviously the race events over here. First, what we're going to do is we're going to change up Martin Brosnan's riding gear. Because initially, he was only using stuff that he found on eBay for cheap. And now he's won some more stuff through his initial forays into professional motorbike racing. That is a spectacular helmet. And yes, I did just say that. So, yeah, match the gloves with them as well. Yeah, you know what? Oh, I think that looks nice. No, I think that looks nice. That's a good combo. And we've got only 1 pair of boots. So we've still only got our 1 pair of boots. But that's it. He didn't need any other boots. These boots were made for riding, and riding is what they'll do. So let's head over to the license school and start ticking off the tests a bit more. We beat novice license last time. Now we'll head into junior license. So first up, we've got Braking Basics 3 at Scuba Circuit. He needs your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. He really does. Oh, by the way, Oriel, I don't know if you missed it, but we're in Christmas week. Christmas Penguin says, Merry Christmas. It's true, he does. He's very excited. He's very fluffy as well, which is good. You want that. You want that from your Christmas Penguin. He's sort of leaning in shot like... There you go, that's better. There you go. He's in the shot now, he's happy. He's just leaning in like, Merry Christmas, by the way. So, do you plan on purchasing this Baltimore and Ohio stuff for TS 2022? Well... I could get hold of it if I wanted to, in my position as Dovetail Ambassador, which would be very lovely. They're very kind and have already gifted me a lot of routes and that, so I could get it if I wanted to. I was thinking about it, so we'll see. We will see. For now, let's get stuck in, shall we? Let's ride our motorbicycle. Let's ride our motorbike. All right. So, just got to remember my way around. Well, I'll say my way around. I know scuba. All right, gears. And then remember what we said last time. Square for all the brakes. R2 for the rear brake only. Which helps you get stopped in the middle of the corner. Oh, we went for a gold first time out. There you go, that'll do. Good start to proceedings. We'll take our silver mediocrity run. I feel like there could be a chance of me getting all the goals. The Irish jockey beat Max last night. Looking happy, seeing some fans pissed about it. Yeah, I'll be honest. As soon as I saw that, was it Katie Black? What was she called? Beat Max Verstappen in the International Spotty Award. So I was like, yes, I know someone will be very happy about that. And a lot of people will be very salty about that. But ha, who cares? Why the rider not tucking down on acceleration? Oh, because I forgot to press the button to do that. I keep forgetting that in the license tests... There you go. Oh, my God. But it does... Oops. To River, look what you've done. Why is he not tucking down? Death. There we go. Then tuck it in like that. And now hard on the brakes. There we go. Nice and tight in. A little bit of lean down. You lean. Yeah, it's weird. In all other modes, you don't have to press L2 to tuck in. But in license tests, you do. Why me? I'm only joking. No, you forgot. The rider's not leaning down. Oh, shit, I will now. Leans down. Immediately crashes. No, I didn't mean all the time. Manual tuck, yes. 360 manual with tuck. He was never much of a diver, was Martin. Oh, yes. Shit, fuck Raceway. with the corner that... Oh, no. Oh, this is horrible. Right, so you know the slaloms you do? You know the slaloms you get to do in Gran Turismo games? How about you do a slalom, except they don't tell you until the last minute which way to go around the cone? So we have to go right, and then right again, and then left, and then stop. You've also got to stop in the... Slalom. Exactly. Yeah. Twitch trying to censor your climax there. Oh, God. Hang on, how's Two River been censored for shit fuck when Resi literally just said it about 20 times? I guess maybe Resi has mod powers. He's like, I can swear as much as I want. Fuck you. And then right, and then stop, please. And we just got a gold. It's weird, this one. You either get a gold absolutely effortlessly, or you fail. There's no in between. You don't get silver or bronze. Busy down the mod table. Lance your brakes. There we go. Yeah, that's not the only time you do that challenge, annoyingly. Like I said, it's a slalom, except they wait until the very last minute before telling you which way you have to go around each cone. Oh, speaking of slaloms, here's just a normal slalom. Nice to know. Good to have these back. All right, here we go. Meantime, you know what you were saying about manual tuck? Well, tuck you guys. A little bit. Oh. Okay, and then bang, across the line. Tucking hell. Manual tuck with Pike. Just call us Malcolm Tucker because we aced that one. We aced our tucking technique. It's weird. I have a cup of tea here, but I'm still waiting for it to cool down. I'm actually quite hot today. Like, I think I've just had the heating on all day because it's been a bit chilly, but now it's actually turned my house into a sauna. It's no bad thing, but it does mean I also have beer piss as a cold drink alternative. And we're doing the slalom again. Oh no. Meet the Tuckers. Yeah. So, you know, we just did this slalom. How about we do it again on the same bike, but this time we have a passenger for some reason. Which means we now can't turn anywhere near as well, and I don't think you can actually tuck. I'm just wasting my time because there would be no point. Whoa. Grind those fairings. There we go. And then kablam. Shit tank Raceway. Don't drop him off. You imagine if I just wheelied away from the start line. No! Just came across the line like, oh yeah, I passed. Where's your passenger? Oh. Flew still on the back. It's fine. I was just reducing weight. You know, it's better for the acceleration. Okay, S-bends. It's the first sector in Suzuka, i.e. my least favourite bit of Suzuka. Okay. Sure we can manage it. Some nice tuck, some nice lean. Lean. Whoa! Oh, come on. We were millimetres away from the finish line and we put two wheels on the grass. Ah, never mind. We're all right. I think we were on to get silver there, so. And across the line, the race director gets his magnifying glass out. The Michael Masi clown score. Strict track limits, yep. Still could be worse. Could have sausage curbs at the edge of the track. If you run off the track, even by like a few inches, we will smash your chassis so much we will actually give you life-changing, near-paralyzing back fractures. Abby Eaton has entered the chat and said, fuck off, and walks out again with her neck and spine still in a brace. Anyway, fuck the FIA. So anyway, 130R, it is. So we'll definitely need a lot of torque here. And then, please. No, okay, right, yeah. 130R. Tucked. Right, maybe we tucked in a bit too much there. There was a bit too much tucking going on. Lean down, come on, get it, get it. Oh, cornered. Grass cutting in bike race can only lead to one thing, a trip to A&E. FIA stands for fucking internet antenna. Did you just like... It made me laugh, but did you just run out of what you were like, F fucking internet antenna? Racing line to... Right, compound corners. Oh, it's deep forest. Will this just compound our misery? No, that's just watching England play cricket at the moment. It's like I said to my friend the other day. It was like, shall I watch the highlights? It doesn't sound like things went very well. I was like, did you wake up in a bad mood? If so, yes, you should watch them. If not, no, you're having a good day. You deserve not to have it spoiled. You're having too much of a good day to have your mood spoiled like that. Cringe. I saw some grass touching there. It was close. Fucking IndyHome. Ah. Is that the infamous Indonesian internet insurer of inadequate internet inability of stuff? Yes. Right, compound. Oh, God. Okay, so this is a better bit of Suzuka for me, but it is also a very scary bit. Real scary hours. Right, and then... Yeah. Forest is amazing. We are cruising through the silvers here, by the way. I'm more than all right with that. Oh. Fairly inadequate racing authority. Right. Okay, junior class graduation test. It's a full lap of deep forest on a Moriwaki CBR 600RR. So I don't know if I've mentioned this before. There are certain bikes you can only win through wider motorcycle layouts on tracks, add slow chicanes on low-flowing corners. Probably for safety reasons, just because you don't want really fast-flowing corners on a bike where, you know, a car's got more, you know, a car can get, like, if you high side off a bike in the middle of a very fast, like 150 mile an hour corner, you're going to be in several bits by the time they retrieve you from the barrier. That's what I'd assume anyway. But yeah, it's an interesting question anyway. So, right, let's do this. Yes. So, you know, I was saying there's a few bikes that you can only unlock through winning races. There's 5 special bikes that you can only unlock by doing certain races. And I believe they're all factory race motorbikes from the major manufacturers from the 2005 Suzuka 8-hour endurance race, which is one of the big motorbike endurance races in the world. And there's 5 bikes from the 2005 running of that race, which from a year before this game came out, that you can unlock. And this is one of them, the Moriraki Racing 600RR. So this will be a Suzuki? Suzuki, maybe? Basically, what all of that means is this is a very fast, very powerful race prep superbike. So it's a thick boy and a very fast boy. Oh, it's a Honda. Yes. Okay. CBR. That's it. I couldn't remember what the CBR designation was, which one it was from. Suzuki's is GSX, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, God. No! High side. Oh. Jeez. I forgot that. I forgot. I forgot that bit on a motorbike is very, is brutal. One of those things you just pointed. One of those things you don't notice in a car because you have like suspension and more wheels than that. On a motorbike, the suspension is your bollocks. So, fucking imbecile. But God, my witness is broken in half. That doesn't get you DQ'd, by the way. That's not track limits. Michael Masi was his view was hidden by a tree there, so he couldn't see us blatantly cut the corner there. So that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Yeah, but where the track's so bumpy. Oh, there's one there. Oh, there we go. There's another one. Jeez, it's so easy to go like be fully leaned over, and then just hit a bump, and it just go, and you go straight over like that. That's the exact noise your bike makes as well. So the first part of the lap, that's relatively okay. Oops, he says. There's another bump there. You've got to be careful. So one of the first bumps we've negotiated fine. This you have to take a bit wide. Yeah, you take a bit of a wider line. Oh no! Ah! But not too wide because then you clip. Yeah. All right, we can do this. I believe. Bono, my bike, is what Lewis Hamilton will be saying after he makes a shock switch to MotoGP because he's so disillusioned with Formula One. And he hates Michael Masi that much. Imagine that. Lewis Hamilton in shock move to MotoGP. I'd be down for it. I'd be down for it, to be honest. This test has a 10% pass rate, 90% death rate. Oh, shit. Okay, there's the first bump. Second one is up here. This is our nemesis. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. It's such a long corner. I don't like this corner, even in a car. You utter cars. Or even more cursed, NASCAR. Yeah, Jesus. I don't want it, Maggle. I just don't want it. Okay, here we go. Whoa. All right, we got it under control. It's fine. It's fine. Right, and then right down. Come on. Hustle. NASCAR. Come on. Hustle. Let's get it done. Yeah, there you go. That'll be silver. IndyCar is the best of NASCAR and F1 combined. Yes. With a lot less of the stupid stuff that affects either. Well, now both, pretty much. As in overly convoluted formats formats, bloated calendars, stupid officiating, and trying to manufacture a very dramatic finish to the season. Oh, wait. Hurdy-gurdy-gurdy. Well, that time we survived with no overly complicated formats. Trackmania Grand League, says I. Never introduced the NASCAR leadership to Trackmania. Never. Ah, very nice. All silvers and 1 gold. Lovely, lovely. Like I said before, you don't have to get all colour trophies to unlock extra bikes, because you don't unlock bikes for... We've got camo pants. You unlock clothes, though. Or more shocking move, he moves to BTCC. I'm out of here. I'm out here. Do we get a silver bike, too? We really should. Oh, I see. Okay, so you get more, Trockbonny Snack League Wen Shingo. So there you go. You unlock more clothes for whatever level license test you do. So there you go. So, with that in mind, are those Kvelertak lyrics? Where? Oh, Trockbonny Snack. Yeah. Screams incoherent Norwegian about drinking beer, about drinking mead, and going into battle. Oh, dear. Right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do some racing in my racing game. I think we should do that. So last time out, I believe, yes, if I remember rightly, we had some unfinished business to attend to in the Street Machine Cup, because no matter what we did, we could not... It was midfield raceway, wasn't it? We needed a powerful boy, because as you can see here, we've got the driving missions, yeah. As you can see here, we've got a dirt bike. We got into a tradition of using dirt bikes to win a lot of races. Is there an equivalent to Mission 34? Thankfully not. I am grateful for that. Let's go to a temple in Bristol and get meat. Nick. Anyway, right. Power to weight. Pew to wow. Pew to wow. So, VT250F, CB750F. So the lower this number, pew to win ratio. Yeah, the lower this number, the better for our purposes. So, unfortunately, oh, hang on, it's 1000cc, I think. Ooh, that's real scary hours as well. That actually sounds good in FPS games community. Oh, does it? Pew to win ratio. So let's go and clean up our mess. Let's clean up the mess in aisle 4, i.e. that one race in the Street Machine Cup round 3, stage 3, that we didn't defeat. So let's just whip out our 1000cc MV Agusta, because, you know, I like competitive races, and then sometimes I don't. And then sometimes I just don't. And sometimes I just like cock-slapping the field. And we're up against a brilliant RSV 1000R factory. That one. So here we go. Let's do this. One A-spec point racing. I don't know if this would be quite one A-spec point, but we're not far away. Whoa. Yo. As you can see here, he's auto-tucking. he is tucking for himself. So that's good. I don't have to tell him to tuck. And, yeah, about that 1 point A-spec race. Yeah, we just made a pass for the lead already. Although we did send it in too hard, so we might not... Oh, you! All right, you want this. You want the smoke. I just realised something a few days ago. Roman never got to drive the Merc. Oh, no! Let's invite him for a private test in the off-season. The old Cup. Well, they won't be running it anymore. So they'll probably just have it. It's been like parked out the back of the... Go tuck yourself. Indeed. All right, anyway, we're in the lead. So let's see this one out, shall we? Oh, we've got to subscribe. We've got to subscrizzle. Is it from Orizel? My Nizzle. My Gonzalizel. I don't know what happened to my words there. Do a hecking riding. Hell yeah. Thank you, Oriel. Appreciate that. 8 months in a row. Subscribble poggers. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so... Oops. Wow. This is how much we're... He's only just overtaken us again after we literally crashed. We just quickly relocated our leg. You are really not good at this, are you? Signs that you can tell this is a Gran Turismo game. If you ride a bike or drive a vehicle that is of equal stats to your opponent, you will destroy them easily. Because apparently your opponents are actually hamsters. Your opponents are literally hamsters with controllers. Cheese. They're actually just cheese. They're those flipping, like, discs of cheese. Those, like, clumps of cheese that flipping Ashens and Nerdcube were eating last year. The forfeit cheese. Where, amazingly, even though he won, Nerdcube, I think, in the end, was the real loser, because there was one day where he went, we should eat an entire thing of cheese on this day. And it turned out to be one he lost very badly. And then his forfeit cheese was this, like, black cheese that was, like, smoky coal barbecue flavor. It looked like, as Ashton said, it looked undetectable by enemy radar. Charcoal cheese. Yeah, that's it. I just remember the moment after Nerdcube said, "Oh no, I've got to eat a whole thing of cheese." He opens the cheese can and he goes, "It's black!" Because they'd already had one, I think, and they knew that was the worst one. So it's just like pain and mental anguish. Never mind the year before when he gloated about picking the, what was it, the flipping I'm a Reliable Reindeer, Tomy and Friends Happy Time Reindeer Christmas things calendar. It was like, oh yeah, you've got a Funko Pop Fortnite calendar. It's the worst thing ever. You're going to lose. And then from the second day onwards, it was like, oh no, my calendar's mostly full of plastic shit. It's just like plastic crap. And the forfeit calendar was a German hot spices calendar. And he had a massive mouth ulcer on the day they filmed the whole thing. So from like days 2 through 4, he was eating just raw spice, like rock salt and pepper and things like that, straight into his mouth ulcer. Oh dear. At least the thing he got on day 1, which is the little singing reindeer toy, it's gone down in history. I think it's the new jingle for the series now. You know, when Ashens does the intro thing, it does do 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 do. It now does, I'm a reliable reindeer. Apparently there's someone at the door who wants to disagree with that. Hello? Yep. There you go. I think I know exactly what this sounds like to me. Brilliant. Thank you. Have a good Christmas, mate. So, funny story. Funny story. I'll leave the replay playing. I just had a delivery, and the guy came up and was like, "What's this that it says on it? The Bureau of Neurodiversity." Is that? And I'm like, "You what?" But no, he was like, "What does that say on it?" It says the Bureau of Neurodiversity. And as soon as he said that, I was like, ah, right. I know who this is from. Because me and a very good friend have recently been discussing, I bounced some ideas off her because I was going to rename my Patreon inspired by a vlogger I follow on YouTube called Lena Norms, who her Patreon is called the Gumption Club. So it's like a sort of it's like a group rather than just Lena Norms is Patreon. I was going to rename my Patreon in a similar way. I might still do. I don't know. So I was coming up with ideas. The main one I came up with was the Special Interest Bureau, playing off autism, neurodiversity. You have special interests, which are hobbies and things that you're very, very into, like I am with trains. And one of the ideas they came up with as well when we were bouncing ideas back and forth was the Bureau of Neurodiversity. I was toying with calling it the Neuro Bureau, but that just felt a bit too trying too hard. So, obviously, unless someone else has been on the same wavelength and by sheer coincidence has put that on the parcel label, I think I know who this parcel's from. And it's pretty sizable, so we'll see about that. Anyway, just gave me a brilliant joke of the delivery guy. I was just so confused. And then as soon as I burst out laughing, he was like, "Oh, right, is this an in-joke that I don't get?" I'm like, yes, it is. Oh, brilliant. Isn't it great when you get to that point with close friends and that? Nay and I have the same thing as well. Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, now you'll understand this as well. He's like, "Fuck you! You're not a close friend. What are you on about?" I'm joking. But yeah, it's that thing with like close friends where you just develop a language all of your own, and anyone else like looking in on the inside or overhearing you from the outside is just like, what are you on about? But for you in the know, you understand these things. I'm glad that I got to film the R32s on the few trips they were out. Normally, I'd be like, "Ooh, Nissan Skylines." Whoa. But wait, I know what you mean. I assume the New York subway trains. The car I was in wasn't full of arseholes. So train spotting veg can be arseholes in America as well as the UK. So, yeah, good to know, he said sarcastically. New bike, yay. Oh, didn't witness Jesus. Okay, right. Yeah. And I don't think anyone would have blamed you in that situation. But I'm glad you got to enjoy and film the trains on their last run through. The trains that I just said were like my basic kind of not knowing much better. I was like, they just remind me of the Warriors. But to be fair, JBS was like, yeah, they're probably the same ones that we used in that, in fairness. So, we've got a CBR 95R Fireblad in winning red. Whoa, that is nice. That is tasty. But given that's even faster than our current bike, we won't be using that just yet. Instead, we're going to go back to the Suzuki DRZ 400 SM05, back to our dirt bike. Because like I said before, there's kind of been a theme so far of dirt bikes. Because the first thing you get, they look like the trains from GTA 4. Yeah, well, I guess Liberty City is a sort of fictional version of New York. No more. It's the voices in Simon's head again. Simon's not even here. So, yeah, this was the first bike you unlock in challenge mode. It's the Honda Fuck the Revival. Honda Feel the Roar. The Honda Fuck the Racists. Something like that, anyway. So, yeah, we tried winning a race on that. Fuck the rules. Yeah, there you go. And then, instead, we tried with this, the Tracker of D, the D Tracker. And this is where the meme about being a dirt bike yob came from. Clearly, this is what Martin Brosnan was doing before. He was running drugs for the mob on dirt bikes. The duck tracker. Tracking them ducks. And then, yeah, we rode a bunch of, like, traditional road bikes. And then later on, we were like, oh, wait, we've got another dirt bike. So this was winning races for us last time out. It couldn't win the midfield Raceway one because it was just too, like, we couldn't catch up enough, mainly because it was too much of a top speed track. But it can come back now because it did. I can't remember if it won the first race in Stage 3, but it definitely won the last one at Autumn Ring by an absolute mile. So, I feel like heading into Stage 4, unlimited CC, unlimited power, the Emperor Palpatine Cup, I feel like we're in good... Notice the second track's high-speed ring. Oh, well, maybe. Okay, but first up, Apricot Hill Raceway, another Gran Turismo standard. I'm feeling good about that one. Feeling it. Oh, no, that was a bit too much. Kids have obtained keys to open the roll signs on the side of the train. They were changing the readings and actually removing the roll signs entirely. They were also ripping off ad racks with the R32 farewell posters. Someone needs to try to rip out a seat. The last one is when the train was taken out of service. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I've known some really shitty train spotters over here, but nothing quite like that. Right, so our first opponent at the Apricot Hill, at the Hill of Apricots. Feral behaviour. It really is. Really is. Like, Jesus. It's a train, my G's. So yeah, let's just make sure it's got the same setup as before. I'm really struggling to get cool down here. This is ridiculous. It's just so hot in here. This place is so hot. This is why I kept my fan down for the NYC built different. Yeah, not in a good way by the sound of it. Right. So yeah, we got our sports exhaust and our production tire compound tires on. We've got Christmas Penguin here. Going to take Mornington Crescent Station home with me when I finish work there. Just rip the round off the wall. It's mine now. You can't stop me, fuckos. Anyway, let's get back to it. Let's go. The dirt bike yob is back. Martin Brosnan is back home on a dirt bike, hunting down fools. There's a reason we don't have cushioned seats on our subway trains like London does. Well, we don't actually have like full like padded cushions. We just have like padded seats. And that's probably one reason why. Define a cushion. Well, it has Stephen A. Smith and the Knicks. Oh, God. Oh, steady. Oh, we are gaining immediately. So, can I just say, guy on the leading motorbike, can I just say that this really isn't looking like a triumph? I don't think I'm going to be making a note here. Huge success. Not for you, anyway. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction in my riding ability. Our seats are hard plastic. Most of ours are, actually. It is. Whoa. So, you know, not to like rub in the point, but it's barely the end of the first lap, and we've just passed a man on I want to say a 1200cc motorbike, sports road bike on our dirt bike. But we are now coming up on a straight. So, ow. You didn't have to do that. You really did not have to do that. He wants to make it personal. He wants to make it personal? We'll fucking make it personal. You did not just anger Martin Brosnan. The tracker of D. From ends. the tracker of D from ends. The lifelong West Ham United fan. The iron to end all irons. His kid's going to die now. Steady on, we're not Charlie Jolson. We may have encountered Charlie Jolson's gang at some point. But Brosnan probably avoided being well, he doesn't have kids, so... If you don't do this job for me, Martin, your kid dies. Oh, I don't have any kids. Oh, fuck. Your dog dies. Oh, shit, I do have a dog. I do have a dog. He's a pit bull. He's a British bulldog named Tommy. I don't know. Named Tomo. Oh, it means... Oh! Get slapped, son. Oh, he's pooing himself now. He can't take it. Speaking of dogs. He's trying to... You're just not getting this life, are you? You know how it is. All these Tomo F1 the Bulldog. God, no. Okay, there you go. Good run out the final corner. I feel like this might be another one of those races where we have to throw a lot of blocks on the run to the finish line. Or he could just ignore the fact that he can actually move left or right to get past me. He could do that. Final lap presented by a bank. presented by the bank that Martin just knocked over and is now in the process of getting away from on his dirt bike. This is just like him being pursued by the police. This is just like him getting a police chase. Except he doesn't have his Uzi in one hand. He doesn't have a machine pistol in one hand. I don't think the race organisers would take very kindly to that. Just drives alongside the other rider, does a drive-by on him. Or like a Terminator, just whips out a shotgun. We are in the lead, and we are getting way. So, you know, I don't want to alarm you, sir, on your lovely, shiny Triumph. But you might want to get a wiggle on, otherwise you are going to look like an absolute tool. Arguably, you already do. That'll just be it. Like, there won't be a first and second classification. It'll be first and then tool. First, Suzuki, the Suzuki 400, whatever this bike is. Tool, Triumph Speed. Whoever was right. That would just be the name of the rider listed for the bike. M. Brosnan is the winner of this race. And in second place, A. Tool. A fucking toolbox. That'd be if Dana White was filling out the results sheet. Well, whatever he's going to be called, I mean, he ain't shit. And he ain't got any fans. So there you go. That'll do. That'll do. Andy O'Toole. All right. Okay, that will do for that. Okay, there we go. Lovely, lovely. So, Dirt Bike Yob 2. Dirt Bike Yob 2, Limehouse Boogaloo. It's off to a good start here. Well, he started off well on the last stream, but you get my point, hopefully. We've got new clothes, which is nice. Well, a helmet. And we should have a new bike. Isn't it? Have we already got one of these? We've got one of these already. We've literally already ridden it. Never mind. Never mind. At least these loot boxes you don't have to pay for these loot boxes. Oh, it's your third different MV Augusta. He'll become toothless and whopping. But it's got a new paint job. I know, right? Excuse me. Oh, dear. Right, so on the one hand, lol, it's another guy on a Triumph Speed Triple. Bad news, it is the high-speed ring, which I guess kind of gives the game away of what it's all about in the title. It's quite fast. And we've got the gear ratio set as tall as they can already. Right, I think we're just going to have to send it. We're just going to have to send it. There's no other option. There is no other option here. That just reminds me when Resi won the first 24-hour race. What's that? What, having the wrong gears? Or we would just have to send it. Shortcuts the Mulsanne Canes every lap. All right, where we go. We're going to have to focus here. We're going to have to really focus. It's generally all in the first lap. And there's our top speed already. It's 116 miles an hour. But it does mean we can go through turn one flat out. Yes, it does. Flat out through turn one. Wow. Nice and flowing through the corners. Oh, we are gaining so much in the corners, though. And I know for a fact that the AI are pretty crap in the final corner as well, so we are gaining hand over fist. But willingly enough. I can't remember what the first sector split was, but it's 2.4 seconds at the second sector split. Oh, look at the gain, though. Look at the gains. Damn gains, bro. But then, yeah. Could always use the cheese strats if needed. Could do. Could do. 1.9 seconds at the line. And then it slowly disappears into the distance up ahead. Oh, wow. We just got up to 119 miles an hour there. Wow. Wow. I think the first split is when you go over this bridge, isn't it? .5 seconds. Okay. I think it's going to be just about... Save that. Save that. Whew. 3.2 seconds. I think this is going to be a bit too big of a mountain to climb. But, once again, we'll go on to the third race, hopefully slap up fools there, and then come back for this one later. They like putting a high-speed race in the second round of these Street Machine Cups, don't they? It's almost like they want to guarantee a win for the home rider. 2.5 seconds. We're about level across the laps, I think. Like, that gap's barely... It was 2.4 when we came across... Was it? No, it was less than that. Okay. It's just this bit here. Just this bit. This slight bit where we can't go faster than a Ford Transit. We're kind of struggling a bit here. It kind of hinders us just slightly. Just a little bit. Oh, there you go. There you go. Do we try and do the final corner flat out? I think it's our only hope. I think we're going to have to. Send it! No! Oops! Oops! Okay. Oh my god! It actually kind of worked. We just bounced off the wall and it gave us a clear run off the corner. We weren't even that far away. Oh, that's amazing. 1.8 seconds at the flag. Oh, that was wild. Do it. I don't know, you know. I feel like it's worth another go. Just to see. 40 horsepower. Nice wall bounce. Thank you, Speedworks. Good to see you in here. How you doing? Have a lovely Christmas. Right, going to give this one more go, because it might be that thing with, like, 3 perfect laps. We've had this before, where, like, once we've had one run at a race, and we know what the best line is, nailing 3 of those perfect laps can be enough to do it. I'm a little tired. I was up late last night. What for? Was it to watch some football? Was it to watch some football? Because obviously yesterday was Sunday night, so football. No, not British football. It was football. There's a distinction between the two. English football is football, as Smith would say, football. And American football is football, football. Saints at the Bucks game. Oh! The Saints did the business, didn't they? Because Tom Brady decided for one night only to forget how to play football. He was like, I'm getting old. What am I supposed to do with this ball again? Tom, what the fuck, man? 9-0. Going to assume it wasn't the most free-flowing, high-scoring game then. Is that literally 3 field goals? Or is that a touchdown, not unconverted, but you know what I mean, with a missed kick and a field goal? Why did you sound like Cartman now? What? Fibber! Fibber! 3 field goals. Oh, my word. Maximum shithousery effect, but if it works, you know? Speaking of which, I could do with some shithousery here. 2.3 seconds at the end of the first lap. I may have been slightly optimistic with my claim that we could do this. Probably don't even have to brake as much around there. Whoa. .7 seconds now. So I just got slightly distracted by Nick's using the word sick every about third word there in his last comment. Just don't listen to any Disturbed right now, although you may well be down with it at the moment. I've been to 3 NFL games. The last one was Halloween 2010. I was in one of the last rows of the Meadowlands. It was windy and cold, and the Jets lost 9-0 on 3 field goals. Well, it was the Halloween game. It could have... Maybe you could have seen it coming. Are you a Jets fan as well? If so, I'm very sorry. I am very sorry. Who did they lose 9-0 to? They lost that one to Green Bay. Oh, God. Looks at last night's results. Don't mention Green Bay to me. Part of me wants to say the Cardinals. What's that? So I didn't even get to see Aaron Rodgers do anything. Oh, God. Right. Yeah! Flat out. Bonk. Oh, go on. Oh, we stayed on. Oh, do you know what, guys? It might be worth just a full shithousery run here. It might be worth a full shithousery run here. Just bouncing off the wall in turn 2 in the final corner. Because that was 1.6 seconds. We were a little bit closer again. But if we do it every lap, there's every chance. Do it. There's every chance. Look, the dirt bike yob, he uses every tool in his arsenal to get the job done. No questions asked, you know. Oh, dear. Right. Right, okie doke. Here we go. Fortunately, I don't think we need to wall ride in turn 1 because we kind of can't go fast enough to... Oh, maybe though. Whoa, right up against the wall. Now, I think there's a little verge of grass around this corner, so you can't... Yeah, it's not a wall directly. You just have to send it as hard as you can. Which we have done. 3.9 seconds. That's one of the best gaps we've had on the first checkpoint so far. I think the best one we had was 2.4 on this gap round here, on this checkpoint round here. Sector, you know what I mean. Right, and this time we're going to use the cheese strat every lap. 2.2. All right, here we go. Here we go. Yeah! Yeah! Bonk. Oh, go on. Yes. Yes. Oh, we're going to do it again. Bonk. Oh, yep. Yep. Bonk. It's working. It worked. I did see the Jets play the Colts in January 2003 in the playoffs. Or maybe it was 2002, but it was the worst game of Peyton Manning's career. Oh, dear. Colts made it into the red zone twice. They got intercepted both times. Jets won 41-0. God, what is the shithousery? Well, you know, you can't win clean, win by shithousery is the motto that many wrestlers have lived by down the years. Oh, just send it through turn one. There you go. Oh, turn two, I should say. There you go. 3.6. That's a good second more less than it has been the last few times at that point in the race. This is on with some of the best riding Martin Brosnan is having to pull out. Brosnan will have to pull out in his young professional career so far, as well as a healthy dose of shithousery. We could do this. 2.1 seconds. All right, here we go. Here we go again. Yeah! And then, bosh. Oh, my God. Oh, it worked perfectly. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. All right, final lap presented by Bank. The gap was only 1.3 that time. He's going to charge away, but bearing in mind, on the final lap, the AI's tyres will fall off just like ours. Now you're just bouncing off the walls. What, in terms of what, instead of wall riding? Are we really arguing the definition of my shithousery right now? Final lap presented by Bank the station, yes. Mind the gap between the barrier and the racetrack. Mind the gap between the barrier and the racetrack. What's the gap? 3.8 seconds. Oh, no. Fuck. Bollocks. Shit. Shit. Did you see that? Oh, fucked it. Well, I guess that's punishment for my hubris. I end up losing the race by bouncing off a wall. Boing. Oh, my God. It works so well, though. The words have come to the gang. Fuck sticks. Yes. Indeed, fuck sticks. No, I'm not finishing the race out of protest. I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it. Oh, all right, fair, fine. We'll get a better bike. In fact, we can probably go over to challenge mode and unlock some bikes that way. Oh, no! There is a bit of a quandary there because, of course, we've pledged that we will only use prize bikes in this mode. So not bikes that we buy. Well, normally we'd buy, but instead you win them in challenge mode. So let's see what we got. Is it time to bring out the MV Augusta again? The cheat code? I mean, if they really want it that bad, then, you know. We've got two Augustas, a CBR 954 Fireblade, a Yamaha RZ250. Those are race bikes, though. Were we running the CB750F before? No, I don't think we have been. But, quick question. Well, it's got 40 horsepower. So what's the CB750F? I'm still pissed that my Cavs got to third in the East, but now 5 fucking players have tested positive for COVID. Well, you better hope they shut the league down for a bit then. But it sounds like they're not the only ones to be dealing with it. I mean, the entire Premier League is dealing with it. Right, so, back we go. Let's do it. We're on a 1979 Honda CB250F. Well, 750F. Proper old-school touring bike, this one. Can it do the business? Can it cruise to victory? on this tour around the circuit. You think he can? You think he can? He's optimistic. Chris's Penguin, he's optimistic. Oh my God, we're up against a Buell Firebolt. Christ. Right, anyway, we know what comes next. Production tyres. And... Way! Let me just point out, when we put the sports exhaust on, the horsepower output. It's nice. Nice. It took the match being postponed for Everton not to lose to Leicester this weekend. Oh, dear. Do you think they just postponed it? They were like, oh, no, we've got loads of COVID cases. We can't do it. You sure? I thought your whole squad were fine. No, there's been a sudden outbreak. Benitez, they're just like, fucking cancel the game. They're going to start throwing bottles at me. They're going to start bottling me after the second half. All right, here we go. Ooh. That's a nice sound. All right, well, let's see what this... Well, it's a 5-speed bike, and we are... Well, our top speed is... Oh, my God. We are scraping... Sparks are coming off the fairing. It's topping at 139, which is still 20 more than the Suzuki dirt... What was it called? The dirt bike on a good day. Oh, my God. Also, the gap's under a second already. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Mr. Buell. Mr. Buell, sir. Mr. Buell. Mr. Buell. What was that about your bike being a fireball? Buell fireball. What is it? What's the fire? Like a little, like a match? A small little candle? Mr. Buell, you've got no fans. That sounded almost like a journalist answering the question. Mr. Buell, you have no fans. What do you have to say about that? Well, that's a bit harsh. No, it isn't. You don't have any fans. You have literally naught fans. What do you have to say about that? Well, excuse me. Yeah, in fairness, Nick, I think every sport at the moment is being hit with COVID bollocks. Meantime, sounds like a UK government press conference. What? Mr. Johnson, you have... No. Mr. Johnson, you have no fans. Me. Oi, not me. No, not you. Yellow-haired foppish twat over there. I'm very sorry. Excuse me, I have fans. Just ask all my previous mistresses. No, Boris, you paid them. You paid them to be your fans. Anyway, fuck the Tories. See you later, Mr. Buell. Ooh, steady. This is a big and older bike. And oh my God, I've just realised the front tyre is already on orange. We're halfway around the second lap. It normally doesn't change that colour until this time on the final lap. Right, okay, so this one might not be over yet. That's an on-air light from a radio station at the back of the bike. It is. They just scraped off the on-air decals. Oh, God. Look at the fairing scraping on the ground. There's more fire being produced by the metal from my bike scraping on the tarmac than your entire bike, Mr. Buell. I like the fact we've just now called the actual rider of the Buell Firebolt Mr. Buell. Oh, God, the front tyre's red. My favourite bikes aren't in this game because they were released around 2010. Does that mean they're in Ride? Which is, I guess, kind of like the spiritual successor to this. Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, no. The front tyre's red and we've just started the final lap. The front tyre is now fully Taylor's version. Oh, God. Is this final gap going to be as painful as the 10-minute version of All Too Well? I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 0.22 seconds. No, I can't do that. I'm sorry. I knew this bike was trouble when it walked in. It's a shame on me. Oh, the song's on that. Oh, yeah. But honestly, Mr. Buell, we are never, ever, ever getting back together, just so we're clear. A reference to my favourite Taylor Swift song. Which one's that? I knew you were trouble when you walked in. I knew these tyres were trouble when they walked in, when they were bolted on. All the red. Is it? That's very cool. That was one of the first I remember hearing of Taylor Swift, being like, oh, okay, she's an pop star person. She's an pop star person. And then I remember really liking 1989, because I have a sweet tooth for pop music. See my Carly Rae Jepsen and Girls Aloud records. And currently Dua Lipa, Charlie XCX, and Taylor Swift. So there you go. I quite like Love Story because it's more country-based. Meantime, Mr. Buell was pretty angry about us dissing him for the entire race. He just rammed us up the rectum as we came across the finish line, which I think is poor sportsmanship, really. But it doesn't matter because we won, and he has no fans. Yeah, that's the interesting thing about Taylor Swift. She came up as like a country starlet. She was like the next superstar of country, and then eventually was like, it's kind of boring. Can I be a pop star now? Yeah, all right then. You're actually amazing at that. And then years later, she'd be like, can I do like indie acoustic folk, indie shoegaze, like warm, cozy, comfy music with your man from The National and your man from Bon Iver? All right then. Yep, you seem to be able to do that very well as well. Oh, by the way, I'm also going to re-record my entire discography because fuck my old record label. Yeah? All right. Okay. That's a point, actually. I have a tab open on my computer. Somerset House, July 2022. It's a venue in London. It's an open-air venue where I previously have seen Tim Minchin, of all people. There's actually tickets. They're only the enhanced, like, special tickets, so they're a bit more expensive. We've already got one of these, I think, or have we only got the race version? It's very nice colours, though. I will give you that. But anyway. Yeah, at the moment, my favourite Taylor Swift song is an old one called White House. Oh, really? Is that one of the old, on the old, like, country records? Oh, White Horse. I thought for a second, is that a Katie Tunstall song? And I was like, no, that's Black Horse and the Cherry Tree. Get it right, AJ, for God's sake. Right, so the CB750F has been called up as, like, our old veteran, our old lad, which I'm now going to call Solid Snake purely because it's like Metal Gear Solid. Colonel, I told you I was retired. I don't go on the battlefield anymore. Yes, you will, Snake. We will inject you with microchips. Oh, you give me... Wait a minute. You give me the COVID vaccination? Yes. Yes. Look, Metal Gear Solid should have taught us. Should have taught us these things. Anyway. Oh, is there 250? We've... Yeah, no, we do have two. For fuck's sake. Anyway, right, where's our dirt bike? There it is. Dirt bike Yob 2. Limehouse Boogaloo. Poplar Boogaloo. I'm just trying to think of stations on the Docklands Light Railway, which is mostly all over in East London. Right. One last race, and it is at Scuba Circuit, which I'm feeling pretty confident about in our dirt bike. It's not quite high speed, you know? At least it's not the high speed ring. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and we're up against the Yamaha MT-01. MT-01. I don't know what that is, but it's going down. I don't know what it is, but it's going down. It just is. Well, despite the fact it lost in agonising fashion at the high-speed ring, the dirt bike Yob will be hoping to shake it off here. And this Yamaha up ahead will be hoping for no bad blood in this race, but he's going to get it. But he is going to get it, because we're going to win in style. Spoiler alert, one of those three Taylor Swift songs I just quoted is actually my favourite Taylor Swift song. One of those three. Although there's a lot of stuff on Folklore and Evermore that push that very close. Cross Harbour Firm. Love it. There you go. Actually, I think Nay might know the answer to that one, because I might have told him that. Although I believe he told me that his favourite Taylor Swift song was Trouble. But I have the memory of a sieve. I have a memory of a goldfish. I'm keeping silent since I might know. Okie doke. I would say, clue, it's about one of Taylor Swift's exes, but that was most of her discography for a long time. For a long time, that was most of her discography. It's like, ooh, which famous ex is this about? Funny enough, that's why I didn't like a lot of Reputation. I was just like, oh, God, why? I don't care about any... Oh, for God's sake. Why are you ripping off Right Said Fred to make a big sort of dramatic song about the drama of you beefing with Kanye West for reasons, I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. Oh, meantime, we're just slicing this fool to bits. Right Said Fred's a knob. Yeah, exactly. That association has only got worse. It's only aged like milk. By the way, Nate, you may as well guess what you were going to say, because I don't think anyone else is going to guess. Meantime, Final Lap presented by Final Lap Taylor's version. Meantime, on this Final Lap Taylor's version, yeah, your man on the MT-01 is getting massively twatted. I don't know. Massively twatted. He's running a Honda MT-01, so, what does MT stand for? Massively twatted. Majorly terrible. Whatever it means. Whatever it means, the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for our opponent at Sacrifice. When's Sacrifice? Right now, actually. Oh. Marginally trash. Very good. Well, where am I going? We even had time to return to nature at the end of the race. The dirt bike went, I want to go off-road. 3.5 seconds. You are an absolute dingbat. Motorcycles terribly. Is it like a description of the bike? Of what it is? Motorbike, tedious. Oh dear. Oh, well, that went well. That just reminds me of one of my favourite. If anyone's seen Toy Story, if anyone remembers in Toy Story 2, the bit where the toys put cones on their heads and walk across the highway to cross over to Al's toy barn. Oh. Hold that thought a second. You remember I said about the race bikes and all that? The one we rode in the final license test at Deep Forest. Here it is. Moriwaki, there it is. Moriwaki Engineering, there you go. I may be getting this confused, though, because somebody pointed out it's a CBR 600. So if it was a superbike, wouldn't it be 1,000? There is a way to check. There is actually... It's like it's like the Infinity Stones, the Infinity bikes. You have to unlock all of them. And there's actually a separate card on the percentage complete forest side as a literal translation. Oh, really? Okay. Maybe that's where they're based, the side of a forest. Status. 8.6% complete. 17 bikes awarded. Acquired riding gear. Nice. Yes, so there you go. There's 5 cards for 5 secret bikes, and I believe they're all manufacturer special super bikes from the Suzuka 8-hour 2005. Google Translate says forest armpit. Well, there is a corner at Mount Panorama called the Forest Elbow. But not the forest armpit. Anyway. So there you go. There are the 5 Infinity Stones. The 5 Infinity bikes we are on a quest to unlock. To unlock infinite power and success in Martin Brosnan's racing career, at which point we'll start playing MotoGP 21, role-playing as him. Armpit corner would definitely be, yeah, right. And I tell you what, it will be a corner that some drivers would easily stink at going. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm leaving now. Leave it? No, I'm not. That was. You just know that Nay was typing the XD was secretly groaning to himself. It's like, why was I laughing at that? Is there a livery in this game for what was the Rizzler plus Suzuki?
I think one of the Infinity bikes might be that livery.
We'll see.
Also, Nay, you might be able to help me with this. Was there not a PS2 game licensed around specifically just one bike racing team? And it was the Rizzler Suzukis, I want to say. I don't know what other bikes are in the game. Presumably it wouldn't be in that big a roster if it was just their bike. Rizzler was in MotoGP until like 2016. Yes. I'm pretty sure you're right. Yeah, it was one of those weird, like... Because, again, you know, I was thinking about this earlier. Like, in the PS2 era, games were so easy to make, well, easier to make than they are now, that licenses were much easier to throw around. You had Crescent Suzuki, there you go! Crescent Suzuki Racing. I remember you picking that up or showing it off to me at some point. There you go. And that, folks, is why I've never played it. And that's why Nay owns it. Oh, dear. What was I going on about before? Oh, yeah, about license. We need to play this. I think we do. Also, there's that Ducati game on PS1 that Nay's got. He's actually played it once on Armbar Arcade, if I remember rightly, on Twitch. Needn't. And there's the game that I had no idea existed, which Rhino GT4 is playing currently on Twitch. Moto Racer World Tour for the PS1, which includes circuit superbike racing and dirt, like motocross racing. Some decent... I don't think there's any licensed bikes, but there's a weird selection of licensed racetracks, like Eastern Creek, Sydney Motorsport Park, Phillip Island, the Isle of Man TT track, although it's like... You know how in Le Mans 24 Hours on the PS1, their version of Le Sarthe is like a quarter size? You didn't know Motor Racer? No, I don't. It's not the original Motor Racer. Well, I think it's the second one. It's Motor Racer World Tour. AJ needs to play the Isle of Man game. Yeah, I know there's been some licensed Isle of Man TT games recently, and they're pretty good, from what I've heard. I'm down for it. My conversion from 4 wheels to 2 is going well. Says the guy who only today bought a new wheel stand for his steering wheel and is planning on using it to play WRC 10 very soon, when he can afford to. Yeah, what was I saying before? Yeah, back in the PS2 era and earlier eras, it was so much... You didn't have to throw, like, the combined debt of North America, of America to China, behind developing a game for a console. So licenses were distributed more freely, and you got all sorts of weird and interesting licensed games. Like, you had, you know, all the, like, IndyCar, British touring cars, all the different motorsports, all the different bike games we're talking about here, the different licenses, the sports. There was all sorts of sports games around there. Nowadays, you don't get that many. Like, major publishers don't really touch anything that won't give them a return on investment, which is approximately 55.6 billion pounds. So, and even then, the ones that are, there was a handball game. That's how far. Exactly. Now we're getting to the point where, well, EA are basically hoovering up everyone who's publishing a racing game, and Motorsport Games are hoovering up everyone else. So that's nice. But I was thinking about it because I was looking at Cricket 22, the new game, because Stephen Bailey, former co-driver of Jimmer, the Boily one, has been streaming a lot of Cricket 22 recently. He's been playing his own version of the Ashes, which, spoiler alert, has been going a lot better for England than the real one. But I think us going home with an entire squad infected with COVID would probably be going better than how it is currently for real. But they were talking about how, like, the game was a bit buggy on release, and they were working on it, and it's a little kind of studio called Big Ant, who are out in Australia that work about it. They're working on it to try and make it better. And I was just thinking about how, like, you get a lot of these games that, like, people expect the world of and are very hypercritical of, rightfully so. You know, you hold them to high standards. People get nostalgic for older sports games. But, like, take, for example, rugby. Rugby is the sport I really grew up on. But actually, hold that thought. Well, that was weird. The buzzer went off. I got up. And then by the time I got to the buzzer, it stopped buzzing, like, really a lot earlier than it normally would. And it's just, yeah. I think they may have got the wrong number. I don't know. It's another product of the AAA gaming sphere that people hold even indie games to impossibly high standards. Yeah, and that's the problem. Like, with rugby, I grew up in a rugby-mad family. My dad played rugby for decades. We still watch, like, England rugby all the time and everything. So I've grown up enjoying rugby. The thing is, in the PS2 era, we get nostalgic for games around that time or previous games because, like, in the 2000s, EA Sports had the rugby, like, they were making the rugby games. Like, and nowadays, I mean, they haven't touched rugby games for over 10 years. And the people making them now, I mean, they're basically indie devs or indie publishers. You know, they're just not on the same scale at all. So it's tough. Like, I kind of go, not easy or give a free ride, but if I can tell that someone's trying and really trying to put something in with some love and care, kind of like Train Simulator in a way. Like, I know it's rough around the edges at times and some of it's a bit buggy and not great, but if I know the intentions are there to make a good game and there's some genuine love and craft there and they're making the best of what they've got, then I'm okay with that, you know? Because I understand that we're just not in an era where, like, you know, like for a while with the NASCAR games, people were like, why can't EA get the NASCAR license back? Because they don't want it. Or maybe it's too expensive for them, or they just, you know, they're busy making billions and billions and billions of pounds off of exploiting children with gambling through FIFA. So there you go. Like, it's a weird deal. So, you know, there's a lot of games out there that are like that. I feel like Cricket 22 is probably going to be like that, but I also feel like there's other games like the WRC games. They're made by, what, Kyloton? They ain't exactly a AAA dev, but they're doing some good stuff with those games. I've really enjoyed them. It's just frustrating at times, some of the bugs that they have had. What I had with WRC 9, which was a stutter glitch that kept stuttering the frame rate and the flow of the game and made it unplayable. I could not play it because you can't drive a rally stage going 6 right into short left, you're in a tree. You can't do that. So, you know, I had to buy it on PS4 where it unfortunately looked way worse, but at least it ran properly. So I'm considering getting it on Steam. At least this time I'll know I'll have 2 hours to get it working, and if the same issue crops up again, I can refund it. But we'll see. Anyway, that's all for another day. I don't quite know how we got onto that subject, but anyway, we're out here. So, Sunday Cup. Displacement limit under 750cc. Now, what I'm going to... Bed? You what? But why does it not? It's under 750cc. Isn't it? Yeah. It's for... Oh, is it only for racing bikes? Oh, okay. I'm with you now. I'm with you now. Where's the racing dirt bike? Where is it? Right, so for this... Well, it's racing bike time. So, what we're now going to do is what's the slowest, least powerful... What's the least powerful racing bike we've got? 18 horsepower? So, we've got the VT250F RM82 with all of 38 horsepower. Oh, that looks pretty gangster, actually. That looks pretty good. That's pretty good. Well, we've actually only got 2 racing bikes right now. They're both Yamahas, and they've both got almost the same. So the RZ250, the VT250F is slightly heavier, or has a slightly worse power to weight ratio. So we'll start with that, and onwards we go. It's a Honda. What am I on about? AJ, what? The Ross Chastain of bikes. What's that? The watermelon bike. Right. Oh, the number 42. Yeah. It's funny, like, for ages I've had an issue picking what race number to run with in racing games in general. And then just recently I was like, what about 42? Because I was looking into the history of the Terrier class of steam locomotives. They were these old little tank locomotives, tank engines, built by, I think it was the London, one of the London, like, was it London Chapman Dover? Or it might have been the Southeastern Chatham Railway. Like, we're talking like late 1800s. They were built mainly for handling suburban trains and stock in what's now the area basically in southeastern territory of southeast London and Kent. Including all that kind of stuff. So your lines like Greenhithe, Dartford, Swanley, probably, they would have handled all those sort of commuter trains. And they're adorable little chuggy boys, and they're nicknamed terriers because they balk. They're like, brr, 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 truff, 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 truff. They're small little things, but they look really cute. And they were named originally after locations in South and East London. Now, number 42 was named Tulse Hill, which is exactly where my parents grew up. To the point where my dad has actually got, and it's hanging up in my room, it's literally up there on my wall, an original BR, dating from about the late 70s, a BR station sign from Tulse Hill. So, yeah, Tulse Hill is ends, for its family ends, its home turf. So number 42 as Tulse Hill made sense for me to use as a number. Then I started thinking about it more. I was like, wait a minute, this works on so many levels. Number 21, it's double 21, which is where the number of my house. 2 times 42 is 84, which is a number I've used a lot before. And 1984 was the year my parents met and started dating before they eventually got married and everything. So it just sort of works. I just sort of settled in. And importantly, one other reason I didn't... None of you care enough about this. I'm just waffling. I'm sorry. But one more reason that kind of sealed me using this is that I was wary of using a number that someone had already made famous. Like 48 for me is Jimmy Johnson, or 3 is You Doing It for Dale. Something like that. 44, Lewis Hamilton, 93, Marc Marquez. 46, Valentino Rossi. Something like that, 93, Jorge Lorenzo. So, 42... 24 is apparently taken, but it's mine. Yeah, Jeff Gordon might want a word, but Jeff can get another one. Well, he's retired now anyway. If you're going for that route, you just be like, well, I'll just be even more famous than Jeff Gordon was. So there you go. But, that's my overly long waffling reason why number 42 has been adopted for my race number for most things. So if I ever get back into iRacing, that'll be what I use. Meantime, let's get at it. Let's go towards Ring Mini. And, let's go. Let's do it. And you think it looks cool? And you think's good? Ooh! Well, William Byron ain't at Jeff Gordon levels of talent. I mean, who is? Very few people are. Well, this is where things get a bit more interesting. We've only been racing against one opponent so far. We now have 3. So the races should be a bit more interesting from here on out. Not that he doesn't have the talent. No, he is good. He is good. But, it's Jeff Gordon, man. Right, so we've got... Well, you can't change the exhaust. It's just a racing exhaust. We've got hard, medium, or soft tyres. Beans, rice, Jesus Christ, and Byron. Right. So let's just leave it as it is. I think the tyres will be all right. If they're flaming black bits of rubber by the end of the final lap, then, we'll see. So we're up against the Yamaha FZR 400. 86, a Yamaha TZR 250, 85, and a Honda NSR 250R 93. So they're all more modern than us, and the pole-sitting Yamaha has the biggest engine out of the lot. It's a 400cc engine, all the rest are 250s like us. So let's get to it. Let's go. 2 Yamahas, 2 Hondas. Let's do it. And given we are riding a smaller capacity race bike, it's going to buzz. It's going to be a buzzy boy. If any of you have ever watched Moto 3, you'll know what we're on about. I think Moto 3 bikes are 250cc, actually. Don't have much natural power, but they are small and handle really well. They're the Lotus Elises of the motorbike world. What that also means is that they rely a lot on slipstream because they don't have any power, so any slipstream they can get, they really work with. That's why every Moto 3 race features more pack racing than Talladega. All right, here we go. Coming up on the inside. This is also Ring Mini. Oh, nearly looking for the send on our Honda teammate. Still 1.9 seconds. All right, let's back it in. There you go. Oh, they're going side by side for second. Can we join the party here? God, it's amazing what adding 2 more bikes to a race can do. Oh my God, we're about to go around the outside, now the inside of our teammate. We do need to get moving, I know that, because we haven't made a pass yet, and we're halfway around the second lap of 3. Come on. Oh, stick to the inside. There you go. How about 2 in 1 corner then? Yeah. There you go. Oh, shit. Compromise for the line out of that corner. There you go. That'll do. That'll do. That's better. Right. Set yourself. Reset yourself. Let's go after that big Yamaha out in front. Well, I say big. Relative to us, it is. Final lap presented by a bank. Presented by a bank in general. That Martin robbed 6 months ago and is now using the money he made from that bank robbery to purchase these bikes and go racing. And he's made the pass for the lead. Yes. Very nice. Okay. We've got half a lap to go. Presented by Unk. Presented by Unk. He's the one who got away in the Hatton Gardens heist. Yeah, you didn't see that in the... Was that... Am I thinking of the same one, by the way, that was the heist? They made it into a film recently with, like... Well, they've done a lot of TV adaptations of it before, but they did a film of it recently with Michael Caine and a bunch of... And Jim Broadbent and stuff were in it. It was like the sort of old geezers do a heist kind of film. Ray Winston was in it. It looked really good. It looked really fun. Like a proper, like, caper film with all these old, like, British gangster actors, you know. Yes, there you go. I want to see that film. Yeah, was that the Hatton Garden size? Is that the one I'm thinking of? A bunch of old lads just like going in there and be like, right, what we need to do is we need to just sneak down here where no one's looking, make it look like we're just doing some roadworks, and then go down here, drill into a safe, and then nick all the diamonds, and then retire to Bermuda. But what you didn't know is that Martin Brosnan was actually a getaway rider, a getaway outrider. Did I watch the Sweeney film? No, I wasn't sure. You know, I have seen some of the original Sweeney, and I was just like, this is not the Sweeney. It's just a sort of modern, like, cop action film with Ray Winston. And Plan B, I think, was in it. I don't know. It didn't look great. What I saw of it on Top Gear when they did that whole, we're filming the car chase, the director was a twat. How so? Do you know him personally? No, his films are just shit. All right, fair enough. No, it was Uwe Boll. Oh, God. Yeah, no, fair enough. No, it was Tommy Wiseau. The Sweeney is directed by Tommy Wiseau. Christ. Nah, the way he spoke to Hammond. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, he was proper and he's like, why are you ruining my art? It's like, my dude, unless he didn't authorize Top Gear coming to do... Oh, it's a Honda CB404. Oh, that's an old school bike. It's a 1974 Honda. Look at that. With the 4 pipes out the... Yeah, very nice. Like that. What old school... We were just talking about old geezer bikes. There you go. You got it. Right. This I don't feel as confident about. We're back on the Super Speedway. We're back at the Motegi Oval. But at least we have more opponents this time. What I think we will do, though, is adjust the gearing. It looks like the bike from the Yakuza series I'd smash over someone's head. Right, so we've got another... Is that the same? No, it isn't the same lineup, because we have a Honda VFR 400 this time. I like the Sweeney TV show. I mean, who didn't? My dad's got a T-shirt, a Sweeney T-shirt, which literally got like a power-sliding Ford Cortina, and just in big words, shut it! I'm just like... Well, that's the Sweeney in a nutshell. There you go. Right. Transmission. Yeah, we might need a bit more top speed than that, Chief. 122 up to... What's the maximum we'll go? 157. I'm going to go 100... I like the theme tune for the Sweeney. Anyone who remembers my GTA 3 series, whenever we did the police missions, I always played theme tunes to police-themed shows. I think the theme tune to Cops made it in there. And the Sweeney, obviously. And the Bill. The Sweeney. Dun, 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 dun. I never knew that. Now you mention it. That was amazing. And obviously the GOAT of police television show themes is obviously the bill, which is why I played it every time we got in a police car in GTA 3. It's obviously Taggart, though. I don't even remember the Taggart theme. That's obviously No Mean City is the... I need to hear it, if that's the case. But for now, I'm sticking with my judgment that it is the bill. The fact that it got remixed about 1 billion different times throughout the show's run, and it still sounded awesome. Like, the original one was like... It's like a proper, like, old school, like, all right, British procedural. All right, we got some scallywags down the corner shop, tagging up a wall. Some school kids. Got to send the beat cops down there in the panda car. And then, like, in the late 90s, mid to late 90s, it went really jazzy. They did, like, the main lead with a saxophone. So it was like... It was, like, really, like, jazzy, like, 80s cop show. And then when they tried to go, like, really dramatic soap opera with it in the early 2000s, it was like... Like, really epic. And then they had maybe one of the best versions, which was just the straight, like, rock version. And I think it's telling that it lasted for so long and it went through so many iterations, but it's only when they got rid of that theme tune altogether that the show was cancelled 2 years later. I'm just saying. Anyway. Here we go. Martin Brosnan is now Moto Cop. He is now Model Cop. I feel like Martin would have enjoyed the bill. You know, he enjoyed watching Bill reruns on a Sunday. Watching Bill reruns. After he'd slept in after his all-night run. He was running drugs all night. Gone to bed. He's like, I work the night shift. Where's your job? UPS packing plant. Now fuck off. I'm trying to sleep. All right. He'd wake up at like 2 in the afternoon and just stick the telly on and watch Bill reruns. Which would be ironic, given that he would be like constantly on the run from the cops. IRL, he'd be like, oh, lol, look at the cops, they're so stupid. Anyway, what am I on about? No, really? What am I? Anyway, right, one lap. Unsurprisingly, the two 400cc bigger engine bikes are pulling out a gap. And we are turning it slightly... Does anyone remember Lovejoy? Oh, vaguely. Vaguely, I do. Also, does anyone in here remember an animated TV show that apparently originated in France, which I never knew? But it was a really cool, like, animated TV show, like a cartoon show called Funky Cops, which is basically a pastiche of all, like, your old school 70s cop shows, American cop shows. So it had, like, two coppers. One of them was a black guy with an afro, and the other guy was a white dude, I think, also with an afro. Or like, it's like, I don't know, whatever it was. Anyway, they were funky cops. Literally, it's there in the name. They love listening to disco music. When they weren't on shift, they went down the disco, danced to the funky jams, man. And then when they were on the case, they were power sliding around in a Pontiac Firebird Trans Am, solving crimes and catching crims. Obviously going down a lot of back alleys and smashing through cardboard boxes, all that sort of stuff. And the way they animated it was really good. Like, the car physics on the animation was so good. Like, the way they, like, animated the car moving around and power sliding and the suspension. Like, when it came to a stop, it was like, and it would sort of, like, wobble back and forth like that on the suspension. It was really good. It was really well done. Anyway, this is kind of a waste of our time, this race, because we're kind of not doing anything. So we'll be back for this one with a powerhouse. You know, it's like they make race 2, just like, you can't win this unless you actually enter a proper bike. So I'm like, all right, then shut up. All right, then fine. Excuse me. You think you do? Awesome. It's one of those things that's like, I mention it to anyone, and they're like, what? Are you actually describing a fever dream you had? I'm like, no, it actually happened. It was the real thing. And obviously one of the, two of the single greatest police shows of all time were, what's that? It was. What's that? Funky Cops. Let me put a link in the Discord. What? For the Funky Cops. Also, we're back on a road circuit, and all of our opponents Funky Corpse is a thing. Well, I know it's a thing. I found it on YouTube a little while back. I just read up on the Sweeney director. He smells Millwall. God. I like how Nick's now developing a personal vendetta against the guy who directed that shit Sweeney film. I like how this entire thing spun out from the flipping that discussion about that film. So he's probably a racist. Yeah, I mean, you know, hashtag not all Millwall fans. I mean, Scroobius Pip is a Millwall fan. Fairly certain he's not racist or a fuckwit. So there's at least one, but the point taken, let's be honest. Anyway, with that, let's start. Ow. All right, so I've set the transmission back to normal, back to default. We're up against three other 250cc bikes. Good thing about this layout of the track on a motorbike is you can get into quite a good flow with it. I always struggle to do that in a car. It sort of suits the sort of wide, long lines you take on a bike. Whoa! Like that, sort of. Well, we've made one pass on the opening lap, so if we keep this average up, we'll be fine. Can you tell that I don't like Millwall FC very much? No, I had no idea. Calling all of their fans racists. Really? I thought that was a thing of endearment for you. Anyway, the end of the first lap, we're 4.0 seconds down the road from the leader, who's probably neither A, a Millwall fan, nor B, a racist fuckwit. But you can never tell, so let's catch up to him and ask him, shall we? Hey, mate, do you support Millwall? What? No? All right, then bye. Wait a minute, you've overtaken him for the lead. Yes, that was my plan all along. Ha ha. Twirls moustache. Twirls my moustache that I don't have. By moustache, I mean that, like flipping Colonel Q from Hunt Down the Freeman. I've quickly grabbed a Sharpie and drawn one on. Do you reckon he would genuinely try and twiddle his moustache? He seems like the kind of person who would. Well, look at what we have here, boys. A Black Ops and a Marine. Hoorah. Twiddles moustache. Sir, you don't actually have a moustache. Shut up, boy. He was always a tough bastard. Tough son of a bitch I ever knew. The aliens are coming. We're so fucked. Pyrocynical's amazing voice acting there. Also, do you know what? Do you know what I am thinking? We do have soft tyres available to us. And I feel like we might need them, because I don't think we're going to quite win this one. And what's that series called Super Crooks, and it's a heist show. The main character is called Johnny Bolt. As in Johnny Bolt Cutter. You see? He probably recorded that at 3 a.m. to be fair. Oh, Colonel, we're so fucked. Why are we so fucked? I'm trying to my mustache, boy. It better be important. Oh, Colonel, we're so fucked. I say, no, I don't think we're that fucked. Shut up, ain't you supposed to be an Asian American soldier? Yes. Yes. With my voice like a twat, like James May with no personality. Sorry, I hate everything. That's not personal. Like, that's not a critique of him. Like, no voice actor sounded good in that game. The only line that sounded good from only voice actor was your man voicing Sergeant Twanty Cake at the end. You betrayed me. You used me. You fucked up my face. Motivation for the entire game there. An entire character's arc there. This man fucked my face up. I'm going to go kill him now. Yeah, there you go. I can tell Keen put effort in, though. It did sound like a YouTube apology. All right, Keen, just put yourself in the position of filming a YouTube apology. Right, I know how to do that. Yes. Except POV, you're actually the United States president and you're apologizing because Earth's been invaded and you're having to surrender. Right, yeah, I think I can do that. Just play what you know. Oh my God, that tickled me. My God. Right, let's deploy the soft tires. Get a bit of a competitive edge. What do you think? Yeah, you think that's what's going to make the difference? Good, good. Yep. He's always the optimist. He's like a cheerleader for me. It's like, yeah, Merry Christmas. You can have the cool things. And Japan has done another Sherlock Holmes anime, and I think it's the best one so far. I didn't know there were any Sherlock Holmes animes. Reminds me a bit of, I think it's a graphic novel, or it might just be like a book series that Batcho mentioned on his stream recently. But I think I remember the name. I think it's called, one of the books is called Leviathan. And it's very kind of alternate history, World War I, I think it is. It's like a sort of steampunk version of World War I. Steam diesel punk. The steam diesel punk transition. Now there's an alternate history of British railways. The age of steampunk. In the 1960s, we're transitioning from steampunk to diesel punk. What about electric locos? Oh, they can be cyberpunk. Cyberpunk 2077 has entered the chat. Go away, you're spreading viruses. You're spreading COVID with how buggy you are. Now there's the notorious anti-vaxxer. There's a War of the Worlds manga. Ooh, intriguing. They're making an animated Shenmue series soon. That's going to be lit. Oh, excellent. Well, let's just hope it's better than Shenmue 3. Not that that's particularly difficult. Until you see the words, new Shenmue animated series to be directed by Burkan Denizarian. Oh, Christ. Oh, no. Do you know I found out, by the way, and isn't this the most depressing indictment of modern gaming, of the modern AAA games culture? I don't think they ever made a Shenmue 3. I don't remember that one. Fair. You know, it's probably for the best that, you know, they never released it. It never happened. It's like asking a Duke Nukem fan, oh, do you remember Duke Nukem Forever? No, I didn't. They never released it. I swear they did. No, it was just forever lost in development hell. No, I swear they actually released it. And then, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. Shut up. Also, I'm actually going slower on soft tires. What's going on here? What is up with that? Maybe I should actually, like, shut up and pay attention to what I'm doing here. I'm just sort of granny trundling around. And for Martin Brosnan, that is unacceptable. This is his big break into professional motorcycle racing. We can't screw this up for him. So what we can do, at least, is try and go for the Sen for another second place. And fail. No, but we've stayed up. No! Oh! Side by side! Side by side! No! No! Side by side to the line! Oh! Oh, well, at least we had a good scrap for second. Ooh! 600th of a second in it at the flag. Nice. That was fun. All right, so we definitely got soft tyres on. I think this time, no more fucking around. We go. Photo finish. It was. Hello, Paula. Yep. Happy Christmas, Paula. Christmas Penguin. Christmas Penguin wishes you a happy Christmas. He's been wishing everyone in the chat a happy Christmas. Everybody. Isn't that right? Yeah. Oh, we have a new driver in the British touring cars, do we? Is it Lewis Hamilton? Disillusioned Lewis Hamilton moves to the British touring cars. Oh, God, no. It would just be me to annoy me. Jamie Whincup announces shock British touring cars. No. Like some people claim there was a live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender movie. I'm sure they're mistaken, because I certainly don't remember that ever happening. No. I think we as humanity decided, you know, we'd advanced beyond the point of needing that film and just deleted it from general consciousness. It just never existed. Right, okay. This time, let's pull them belts tight one more time. Certainly not directed by M. Night Shame About the last film and whitewashed to death. That would never happen. Yeah. Surely M. Night Shame About the last film would never have touched that one. You know, man behind... I mean, apparently some good films. But then there's also stuff like, you know, Lady in the Water, which to all intents and purposes was arse. And then the one I've seen, which is The Happening, well, most of, which is, oh, the wind is deadly. Yeah. Or maybe it's the plants, actually, but it might be the wind as well. Anyway, here's Mark Wahlberg running around shouting at the wind, shouting at the breeze. It's a lovely spring day. Mark, it's a lovely spring day. Why are you yelling at the trees for? Because the wind. Because the wind. Etc. It's a young guy called Dexter Patterson. Well, what a great name. Please tell me he's not driving for Team Hard. Please. A new young driver, rookie in the series of British touring cars, Dexter Patterson, driving for Team Hard. Ah, well, that's where his career will start and end then. Even someone like Jack Goff was like, I've broken out of the Team Hard mediocrity bubble. I'm now going around all the big factory rides in the sport. And then eventually he ends up back at Team Hard. It was like Tony Gillam. Like, he walked back into the office and Tony Gillam gave him the Thanos quote. You couldn't live with your failures. You couldn't live with your failures, bruv. Where did it bring you? Back to me. Anyway, we're up to second on the second lap. Ow. But, oh my God. Some M. Night Shyamalan shit is happening here, though. Because we're getting phased into by this rider. No, he's racing for Laser Tools. Oh, okay. Is he replacing any of the main three, or is he a fourth driver? If he's replacing any of the main three, it might well be Carl Bordley. How to be given the best car in the series and do absolutely nothing with it. Must resist temptation to make a Valtteri Bottas joke. Because even in that context, that's harsh on Bottas. Like, Bottas did something occasionally. All right, meantime, final lap. Presented by a money repository centre. Oh, a few corners to go. Oh, up the ooh, nearly up the inside. Here we go. Oh, across the grass. Nobody saw that. Come on. Come on, the hard send. Yes, the block pass. The block pass off the last corner. Oh, yeah. That is clutch right there. Yes. He won in Turkey. Yeah, he did. Ooh, yes. The last corner overtake. That was awesome. My friend Lewis just sent me a video. He's like, because he's working from home up until Christmas. He's like, guess what I'm watching while I'm working from home this week? And it's one of our favourite clips from, it was the British Touring Car Championship 2000 season review, where Alan Menu straight up called himself winning the championship. Like, they're asking, there's like a montage of them asking all the drivers, like, who do you think's going to win this year? And they're like, oh, I think this guy's pretty good. You know, I think we've got a good chance, you know. And it just cuts to Alan Menu. It's like, if I had to pick somebody, it would be me, yeah? And they even edited it was like a slow motion wink. It was like, yeah. Oh, why? Is this... I toil night and day. I have ridden my fingers to the bone for that. Yes. More scooters. Of course, that's what we want. Yes, you can tell it's a Gran Turismo game, can't you? You really can. No race bikes, by the way. Oh, hang on. Oh, no. I have just remembered a bike that we did win. It's for race bikes, right? Oh. Oh, that's a road bike? That laser tool seat had been rumoured to be going to Ash Sutton for a while. I mean, not only has he already been at Laser Tools for the last 2 seasons, he's kind of won the championship both years with Laser Tools. So, maybe? Unless he's decided to sort off, which, personal preference, yes, thank you. It's just got some racing livery. Okay. Right, well, we might be a bit up the Swanee here then, because... How much power's this one got? 39 horsepower. Plays, I think, about the same. 30... yeah, about the same, really. Well... You get some bikes in the challenge mode. We are avoiding getting the bikes from using bikes from challenge mode if we can. I will give it a go, and then what we'll do, if we can't do it now, we will advance to the Clubman Cup, and then when we win a bike that could do the job, we'll come back to it. But for now, let's give it one more go. Bearing in mind, soft tyres this time could really make the difference. He's confident. He's ever the optimist, aren't you? Well, there's 2 400cc bikes in this race, again. But one of them starting 3rd, which might mean they get held up trying to pass the 2nd place bike, which will help us, obviously. Idiot. Soft tyres, very important. Give us some of that tasty top speed. Top speed. Herter and O'Ward are teaming up for Daytona. Yes! Who with? Who with? Oh, God, no. Please don't tell me it's BMW. No, they're not in the series anymore, are they? Oh, either way, that is awesome. I need to message my friend Zoe, who is Colton Herter is her boy. Which is good, because he would have been a boy of mine otherwise. But I'm like, no, I'm happy to give him to you. He has a safe home in Zoe's boy stable. And Pato O'Ward is obviously one of my king boys at the moment. He's on the sort of front placard, the front montage. It's like Takuma Sato is right at the front. Takuma Sato and Shane Van Gisbergen are right there. And then it's Lando and George. Pato O'Ward and Scott McLaughlin. Josh Cook from the British Touring Cars. Chaz Mostert and Brody Kostecki from the Supercars. Anyone who drives a Corvette in IMSA, basically. Dragon Speed with Devlin Di Francesco. Ooh. Hang on, is that Dragon? It's Drogon Speed. Is that in That's not a DPI, is it? That'd be an LMP2, wouldn't it? I'd assume so. Either way, that is a very cool little combo. For a class that I normally wouldn't care that much about, but I feel duty bound to support them now, which is very nice. One of my favourite races of the year as well, the Rolex 24. Right, I've done what I need to do here. Right, speaking of speedway racing, let's go do that, shall we? And that. All right, here we go. Like you talked about Herta like you're trading Pokemons. Well, I mean, that is how the boy stables are formed, You've got a boy for sale. I want to trade my boy. You just want to make sure, if someone's a good boy, you want to make sure they have a nice home, I was struggling for room in my stable. I already had 3 lads from IndyCar in there, and I'm like, oh, I'm not sure if I've got room for a 4th. It was Taku and Pato. I'm like, I'm not sure. But then Scott McLaughlin was like, I'm going to IndyCar. And I'm like, oh, shit. A boy is moving between series. Me good. So Zoe was like, he has amazing hair. I've adopted Colton Herter. I'm like, good. He has a nice home. And he's doing bits. He's a future series champion, honestly. Mika, Jensen, and Sato are my F1 OGs. Yes. Shared ownership of F1 boys. King Taku. Oh, meantime, we're getting a slipstream here. Oh, my word. Look at this. Ow, no. Oh, will you get... You blithering idiot. You absolute spunk trumpet. Oh, you... I hate you. Whoever this absolute spunk trumpet is on this bike here, you're an absolute bellend and I hate you. I hope you have a very crappy Christmas. I hope you have a short Christmas. Oh, you... I hate this guy. I hate this guy, this motorcyclist. Would you fuck off? Fucko. That was me just reaching over and slapping him. Yeah, because I could do that. And there we go. We're up to second. It'll take a big effort to get the win out of this one, but we'll do our best. Mika! I assume we're talking Hakkinen. Give him some charcoal cheese and the Thug's trumpet. The Thug's trumpet. What a callback that is. Final lap presented by the Thug's trumpet. I've not seen that much touching since Max and Lewis at Silverstone. Oh, my word. Oh, we are actually gaining here. What is this madness? .6 seconds. Oh, my God. Guys, I'm going to try the strat again. The wall bounce strat. It worked. No, it didn't. Look, listen. Look, listen. It was worth a try. I'm going to walk away now. Embarrassment. If anyone wants to clip that, by the way, please do. Oh, amazing. Right. I think we'll leave this race for a bit. What do you think? Yeah, it's okay to quit and come back. Yeah, that's what he believes. I might get a better bike for Christmas. Ooh, you're right. I like his attitude. You see? Be more Christmas penguin. We all should. Be more penguin. Just be more penguin. Team H, I want Train Sim World 2 DLC for Christmas. Hey! And in happy motorsport news, Alex Zanardi is finally going home. He left hospital today. Oh. Round of applause. Round of applause. We love to see it. Christmas Penguin, we love to see it. Merry Christmas, Alex Zanardi. We love to see it. Things you love to see. Righto. So, onwards to the Club and Cup. I think we're going to stick with the same bike, really. You ain't got much more choice, to be honest. Oh, my God, I thought that was the oval again. Luckily, it's not. Oh, God, but there is midfield raceway. I'm very scared about that. So, we'll see. Right, what have we got? Why people are happy? E. Oh. Ha! Ha ha! I've just spotted. You know, we've been up against like 250cc, 400cc bikes so far. And this is now the unlimited class. Yeah, we're up against a Kawasaki Zephyr 1100, a Suzuki GSX 1100S, and a Yamaha VMAX, which I also think is 1000cc or so. That's what I think of that. Right. Here we go. We're out here. We're going to have to be out here. All right, set it back to default gearing. We're on the soft tyre. Here we go. Here we go. All right. My friend who sent me the, who I assume that parcel that I got earlier was from, just messaged me to say, "Oh, you should have got something today." I'm like, "Yeah." The name on the label did kind of, the delivery driver was a bit baffled by that. She was like, "Oops." All right, here we go. Oh, this is a good start. Through the Degners. Oh, yeah. One of my favourite send locations on the circuit. Not as in, like, Habib, not send location like Habib. A location for sending up the inside. This is another pretty good one, although I more prefer setting up the pass out of this corner. Like this. Well, nearly like that. Okay. But you still already get a good line for sneaking up the inside here. Oops. I mean, there's track limits there. No one noticed that. Michael Masi wasn't looking. He was burying his head in a pile of cocaine again. In his house in an undisclosed location. Because Toto Wolff is now busy scouring the world trying to hunt him down. He's on a manhunt for Michael Masi. The Michael Masi manhunt. Oh my God, our little nippy boy is doing bits here. .163 seconds. Oh God. Yeah, we are up against very powerful bikes here. But, unfortunately, as soon as they see a corner, oh dear. You know, Exhibit A, that. No, Mikey, no. Live in infamy. What was that? Once again, tell me you're neurodivergent without telling me you're neurodivergent. I literally can't remember what I said 30 seconds ago. Anyway, what I can remember, because it's just happened, is me dupping this Yamaha. V-Max was that. V-Minimum, more like. V-Medium. V-Medium Rare. V-Mediocre. V-Max Verstappen fans are the worst. Anyway, I'm going to lead now, so bye. I'm out of here. You know what pisses me off? You know what really grinds my gears? That Merc were never investigated also with that DTM finale BS. Yeah. I think it was unfortunate in that there was technically nothing in the rules that said they couldn't do what they did, but it still sucked nonetheless. I think it was like an operation, like, in that case, it was almost like don't hate the player, hate the game. Because, like, there was never a problem with that before when it was just a straight up thing of like, okay, well, it's 3 different manufacturers all entering a phalanx of cars. Like, it was like 6 or 7 BMWs, 6 or 7 Mercs, 6 or 7 Audis. Or back in my day, 6 or 7 Opals. Or Opals, as I think it's actually pronounced. But yeah, like normally that would be fine. It's like, well, yeah, of course. Like in Super GT, you get that all the time. Like Hondas are going to help fellow Hondas, Nissan's going to help fellow Nissans, Toyota's going to help fellow Toyotas. But in the new era with GT3, they're all customer cars and customer teams. It just so happened that half the field happened to have bought Mercs. And then all of a sudden, in the final race, Mercedes decided to roll it back to how the old DTM used to work and be like, all the Mercs help team up to help each other compared to the 2 Ferraris in the field that were Red Bull running. And what were the other cars even in the field? It was GT3. There's all sorts of cars. Lamborghinis, So that sort of thing was really just a flaw with the format. Like, all of a sudden, you got a point where, I don't know, man. It's a weird one. In supercars, there's Holden and Ford's teams, obviously, but there's only one factory team per side. You don't get a situation where a Ford team's going to help a fellow Ford driver. They're all in it. It's kind of everyone for themselves, It's like NASCAR, very similar. Right, okay. Well, that was, we slapped up fools. In the more powerful class, we had our easiest win yet. Aboard Takuma. Aboard Sato Takuma. Yes, I'm naming this bike after Takuma Sato. Or just Taku. Just call it Taku. Taku Sato. He is being named after my king boy. Not now, Sato. Okay. Are you taking the piss? Game? No, game. Are you actually taking the urine sample? Are you actually taking the urine sample? I've got about 20 of these stupid, useless scooters already. I literally started the game with one. Jesus Christ. Anyway, onwards to Motegi. We're going to slap up Polyphony. Do you have an inquiry about Gran Turismo 7? No. This is about a game we released 15 years ago. I'm still angry about. Rightfully so. Anyway. Oh, well, it's a slightly different field from last time in that we've got the FZR 400 that we already slapped up in the Sunday Cup joining us for this one. But the Kawasaki Ride Away on My Zephyr and the VMAX, well, the V Minimum, the V Medium out in front again as well. So, and if the game wants to just keep making me more and more angry by giving me more rubbish scooters that will be more useful if I use them to prop my door open. If Sato and Alonso have proven anything, is that you can still be a badass single-seater driver in your 40s. Amen. Amen. Absolutely. Gran Turismo 4 2069. Maybe that's what should have been the real name of Gran Turismo 6. Because it was as crap. It was that crap. VMAX, 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 Super VMAX, VMAX, Super VMAX. That one, yeah. The Rainmeister just subscribed for 18 months in a row. Elio proved that more. Oh, yeah. This year has been a good year for the L lads in motorsport. Things we love to see. Hello there. How are you doing, Rainmeister? Also, Christmas Penguin says Happy Christmas, as he has been doing for everyone in the chat today. Oh, sorry, Merry Christmas. That's what he says on his sign. I'm a bit distracted right now. I'm racing at Motegi, in a 250cc bike from 1980 up against a 400cc bike and two 1100cc bikes. Helio and his lovely hair. I know, right? Yep, I'm coming past you. I love how the AI will like lean. You'll see them lean over and like look behind them. The guy leaned over his shoulder and looked behind like, is he? Yep, yep. Got the week off work, so very much looking forward to recharging and enjoying the season. Hell yeah. Lovely to hear it, mate. Good to hear. Whoa. Very nice. There we go. What you're currently watching, by the way, Vic, is The Adventures, The Ballad of Martin Brosnan, a former East End drug runner who ran drugs for gangs in East London on his dirt bike and decided to try and go straight and used his winnings from the criminal underworld to start bike racing. So once we get through the Tourist Trophy ranks, we will head on into MotoGP, hopefully, because that's clearly how professional bike racing works. That's how the ladder works. At least the AI isn't driving in the wrong direction. We're back in NASCAR 21 again, are we? Also, I have a feeling that there are certain tracks that the AI are rubbish at and certain tracks that they're really good at, because all of a sudden, the two bikes that we duppied at Suzuka are now just like, we're not gaining on them, seemingly. Whoa, what the? Well, that's not going to help. We jumped on the brake and then suddenly the rear end. I want too much drag racing to go straight. But is he Spanish or Italian? Because otherwise you're simply not allowed to make it to the top of MotoGP. No. No. No, but I will. No, but he will. Right, anyway, final lap presented by the bank that Martin Brosnan's winnings. Final lap presented by the bank robbery that funded this season of bike racing for Martin. And yeah, we are just getting slapped up by these top two now, who were slow as shit at Suzuka. So, you know, this makes total sense to me. It doesn't. It doesn't, he lied. Oh, hydrate and stretch. I will once we get to the end of this race. Whoa, Jesus. Oh my God, these... Whoa, this... Yeah, these, this bike is not enjoying Motegi at all. I love that these are the races where it's like... I bet the game's like, oh, well, now we'll give you a nice new race bike. Oh, no, you can't win this race. Oh, you've won another race now, have you? Fine, have another fucking Suzuki Skywave. Have another scooter with 10 horsepower. That literally Grandma and her mobility scooter can overtake when she's coming home from Asda. And now AJ has to finish an entire thing of cheese. Oh, God. It's black! It's charcoal cheese. Oh, God, just remember the final rounds of midfield. This is just pain, isn't it? It's just pain and suffering. 7.1 What? This is a guy who I absolutely pimp slapped all over Suzuka. And now it's just like, oh yeah, bye now. I've just decided I'm Valentino Rossi. Sorry about that. Right. The problem is, congratulations, you won this race. Here's a Vespa. Here's a unicycle. Oh, yeah. Oh, my elbow clicked then. Oh, that was a good stretch. Thanks for that, Hitch. Oh, right. I think we're going to give this one more go. And we're going to really focus this time. I'm going to knuckle down. And then, I mean, the final race of this stage is at, actually, quit out and come back in. See if we can get a slightly more generous field. Maybe without a Yamaha VMAX at the front. Right. Okay. What have we got this time? Oh, okay, that's interesting. We've got a CB750F race modified 81. Is that the version of the bike we rode earlier at the high-speed ring? The one I called Solid Snake? Because he was too old for the shit. Colonel, you know I don't do this anymore. Yeah, all right. And now the Zephyr 1100 RM and the VMAX is starting third. So they're starting behind a slower bike. This could really play into our hands here. In before the lead bike just puts the indicator on and pulls aside for them. I'm like, oh, thanks. Cheers, mate. All right, here we go. All right, well, this is a good start. We are already hounding the Kawasaki. Whoa! What a run out of those corners. And now all we can do is slipstream as the power comes on. Really doesn't like that corner, does it? Oh, it's good. This is a good run. This is a good run. Yes! What a pass. What a pass. Blammo, we'll take that. Oh! We just threw the block at the last moment. I'll be honest, I didn't even know he was there. All right. Well, this is a good first lap. Right. Show him the outside. Show him the outside. Now make sure he can't cut back. Go for the defensive. There you go. Put the fucker off his bike. Nick's going into full ultra mode again. All right. 5.7. Clearly, the 750F on the front on the pole is now actually faster than everything. So, fuck myself, I guess. What the fuck? Well, I guess I'll just go fuck myself then, shall I? I will just go and dry ream myself, shall I? You absolute cum splat. I hope you get nothing for Christmas except AIDS and some dry dog poo in your stocking. You can't. Right, I'm better now. I think we're just going to leave this race for the moment. Headbutt the fucker off his bike. Yeah, I think we're just going to leave this for the moment. Because usefully, further up the ladder, there are some one-make races and things like that. I seem to have arrived at an opportunity. Oh, sorry, book. Sorry about that. Excuse me. That's against terms of service, but I'm sure there's a place you can do that. Right, so we've got the T-Max. When I said that, I didn't mean the AI to do that. No, that's what they heard. Nick, what have you done? So hang on. Valentino Rossi did that at Sepang, not Motegi. You have the wrong track there, Kate. Yeah, 0 out of 10 for realism, to be honest. Okay. Do we have a T-Max? No, we don't. Okay. So, well, there's the two-stroke tails, which is quite a good... I quite like that series. It's quite a fun little series. It's for like 250cc, little 250cc road bikes, I think. So, T-Max, two-stroke series. Why did I call it two-stroke tails? Oh, I know why, because that's why I called them I did a race report thread on it back in the day on GT Planet. That would be why. So, Honda NSR 250. Oh, no, this is a race bike series. Okay. Right, I think we've got... Right, so our current one doesn't fit the rules, but I think the other racing bike we've got does. Christ, I hope it does. Otherwise, we're quickly going up a blind alley here. Right. RZ250R. I think this one fits the bill. I really hope it does. You know which F1 driver would be good at MotoGP? Yuki. Yes. Or as my friend nicknamed him, as he fun fact. My best friend Lewis, we share a boy in F1. We're both Lando Norris stans. His other boy is now Yuki. He has adopted Yuki into his boy stable, which is nice. I'm happy Yuki's found somewhere to go. He's found a boy stable to go to. And yes, we can enter this one. Lovely. Let's do it to it. Oh, it's the full championship as well. Okay. I want to say these are 5-lap races. So we've got Grand Valley, Autumn Ring, and Fuji Speedway 80s. Okie doke. Let's do this, shall we? This series might well be our stream main event as well. So I'm figuring on... I don't know. We can stream a bit longer. It says right there, does it? 5 laps. Oh, does it? Okay. I missed that. But yeah, I was very happy to see Yuki adopted into a boy stable. He nicknamed him the Tactical Nuclear Missile, which I thought was, quite amusing. All right. Let's start out. Medium tyres. Let's start out normal. So we've got Suzuki RG250 Gamma, Honda NS250R, Yamaha TZR250, and a Yamaha RZ250. So we can qualify for this if we want, but we're not going to do that. Let's get racing. Let's do it. 2-stroke tails. Let's do it. Whee! You know what I said about 250cc bikes? Being buzzy boys? Whee! 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 No, do not adjust your set. There's not a mosquito buzzing around your ear. Why, though, combining... Who thought combining Fuji's front straight with 250cc 2-strokes was a good idea? Because Slipstream. Because they wanted to do Moto 3 vibes. Ooh, 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 steady. I see a lot of Yuki myself. Small and fighty. Hitch, please put that in your Tinder profile. Please just have that as your Tinder profile. Oh, oh. Up the inside. Well, there's one down already. Oh, yeah. Pesky mosquitoes. Yeah, don't worry. There's no wasp buzzing around. Like that. Like your man at the darts the other night. In one of the greatest games ever seen at the Ali Pali. He was about to hit a double 16 to win a leg. And right as he went to throw the dart, a wasp buzzed him. Somehow he kept his focus, didn't immediately go into burn everything with fire mode, like I would have done. And he just kept swatted the wasp away and then hit the double 16. Like, that is composure right there. Same hitch. So are we calling this bike Yuki? I feel like we should. It's small and fighty. I could put it in my Twitter bio. Yes, you should. Being good at darts is an art form. I will not be taking questions at this time. No, because I agree. It's funny because, like, growing up, the pub sport, if you will, that I was really into was snooker. I was never as big into darts at all. But it's funny how, after years, Nay was suddenly, I was like, wait a minute, Nay, are you into darts? He was like, yeah, I love it. And then during lockdown, he was like, I'm going to get myself my own dartboard. And it's funny, I didn't watch much darts back in the day, but I did used to play darts with my parents. We'd take a dartboard on holiday, pin it up on a wall in the house we were staying at. Sometimes have to go and get some polyfiller to fill in the holes in the wall before we went home. But yeah, I've started getting into it at last. It's a lot of fun. That game the other day between, it was not Barry, Bradley, oh God, what was he called? I can only remember their first names. It was between a Bradley and a Willie. No. And, oh my God, it was outrageous. Like, it was a good match when Sky Sports uploaded the full thing front to back on YouTube for free. A game so good, the only way it could be decided was in a deciding, like, sudden death leg, winner takes all, and the winning leg was a 9-dart finish. which is something that barely ever happens in darts because it's almost perfect. Like, it's darting perfection. It's like, I don't know, winning the deciding frame of a snooker match on a 147 break. Or something like that. Like, that's not even really comparable. It's the walk-off knockout. It's like the perfect walk-off knockout of darts. But even then, it's like a really rare form of knockout, like a sort of crane kick or something. Oh, I know very little about darts, but a 9-darter is stupidly difficult. Yeah, it is. So to do that in any televised game is rare enough. It had never happened in the final leg of a game to win a match, let alone in the final leg to win a match when it was the deciding leg. Like, literally, whoever wins this wins the entire match. That's it. Game over. It's basically sudden death. And he just... Like, where do you get off just walking up on stage at Ali Pali as like a 25-year-old young lad, first time at the World Championship? He just walks up there and just bangs out a 9-darter effectively in sudden death. It's more like the last black to win a frame of snooker when you're like 6. Yes, yeah. Like an outrageously tough series of shots, you know? Or like 6-6s in cricket. Oh, speaking of which, by the way, we've just absolutely duppied. Getting 167 3 times in a row with a double or triple on your final dart, you have to be a pinpoint aim and be good at mental math. Exactly. And I'm not good at any maths. I literally need an abacus. Funnily enough, that's one reason my dad said he never played more darts. He didn't want to be... he was embarrassed that as soon as he tried playing down the pub, he'd be like, what did I just score? I don't know. What's and everyone would be like, oh, fuck's sake, Gene. But nowadays, I get away with it. If I have played darts in the pub before sometimes. There was one time where like the local darts team were in the pub just having a pint. And they were like, well, fuck it, let's throw some arrows. And me and a few mates who I was already playing with, they were like, oh, do you want to join us, lads? And we were like, yeah, all right, let's go. Let's actually play with some like actual darts players. And I did pretty well in my game. I was pretty good. Didn't hit a 180 or anything, but I was all right. And luckily, I didn't have the same anxiety that my dad did because everyone had calculators on their phones. So there you go. But it was good fun. I was let down my main Achilles heel, which is I can't finish on the double for shit. I just can't. Like, I can score freely all day. I was averaging quite well. Then it got down to like, right, you only need double 16. Missed. Right, that's double 8. Missed. That's double 4. Miss. Miss. Right, that's now double 2. Miss. That's double 1. Being able to accurately go for T20 isn't enough. Yes. Unless it's in video games. Yeah. Oh, my God. Speaking of which, that's just reminded me, actually. You got to be accurate aiming everywhere. Yeah. Like, on a whim. Like, where do I need to throw now? Bang, just get it. But speaking of that, saying T20 for treble 20 just reminded me, and in video games, just reminded me. I think I mentioned this at the top of the stream, actually. By the way, we've won the first round kind of easily in the end. Well, I say that. It was 1.7 seconds behind the RG250 Gamma. Yeah, I may have mentioned this at the top of the stream. Meanwhile, the Ashes, pain. Pain. Oh, no. It says a lot that I woke up this morning at like 7:45 in the morning, bearing in mind that in these day-night tests in Australia, the sessions are supposed to be ending around 10, 11 a.m. UK time. I woke up at 7:45, put my phone on, test match special was still on. I'm like, the game's still going? We've not been bowled out yet? How? Whomst? And then a couple of hours later, oh yeah, now we are. But yeah, I may have mentioned this at the top of the stream, but my friend Jamie came up to visit over the weekend, and he brought International Cricket 2010 with him for Xbox 360, published by, of all people, Codemasters. One of the few non-racing games that Codemasters have made down the years. And wouldn't you know, it's actually pretty good. We had a lot of fun with it as a cricket game. I had never played it before. He hadn't played it in about 10 years, since it came out, basically. But we had a lot of fun. First time up, we played a T20 match, England versus Australia. Two things. One, we played it when we'd got back from the pub. And B, we set the AI difficulty to hard. So neither of us knew how to bat or bowl in the hardest way of doing it in the game. So he got all out for 55, I got all out for 32. Spoiler alert, in T20 cricket, those are pathetic scores. Then the next day, after we'd had a full English breakfast and slept and everything, we came back and did another game. This time we set it to easy. And we ended up having an all-time classic of a game where he ended up winning by 7 wickets after I set a run chase target of 265, which would have been 4th on the all-time record list. I checked this up. I looked this up earlier on Wikipedia. In the world record list for highest scores in a T20 innings, it would have put us 4th all time. So then Jamie had to chase that down, and despite getting a wicket with the penultimate ball, he won with 3 balls to go in the entire game. So if I'd survived if I'd bowled 3 more balls and he hadn't got a single more run, I would have won by like 1 run. It was really exciting. It was a really good game. Like he said at the end of it, it looked like a proper, like, a scorecard from an actual T20 game you'd see in real life. It was really fun. In between us dissecting how shite the real-life England Test team are, how absolutely bilge we are, how I've actually nicknamed Rory Burns the crisp sandwich, because I'm fairly convinced that an actual crisp sandwich would be better at defending their wicket than Rory Burns is right now. To the point that me and Jamie were even debating, like, well, hang on a minute. If you actually had a crisp sandwich out to bat, what would it be? We agreed, like, a good, strong, like, ridged crisp, like a McCoy's or something. Walker's baked. You know, something nice and strong with a bit of a scoop on it to really dig the ball out. Really bat hard. Maybe a sort of nice bloomer loaf. Maybe a French baguette. You know, panini, something like that. Something strong and sturdy that can defend the wicket well. In his defence, Burns has been better than Hasib Hamid lately. Good God, what does that say about Hasib Hamid? So wait a minute, I've nicknamed Rory Burns the crisp sandwich, and he's still doing better than Hamid. What the fuck is Hamid then? The half-eaten, crumbling tuna fish sandwich? Or are they just like, they come as a package deal? They're like a Tesco £3 meal deal? Rory Burns is the sandwich, and Hamid is like the broken packet of crisps. It's just the crisps you get with it. The crust of Brian O'Connor's tuna and white. Very good. What a callback as well. So basically, to sum things up, the England openers are a sandwich and a pack of crisps. And things don't get much better after that. You have a testicleless Joe Root. Poor lad in the second innings got absolutely battered. Like, literally, he got bowled straight in the man sausage. In the man sacks. And it was a fast ball as well. It was like one of your 80, 90 mile an hour deliveries as well. Like, and a cricket ball is hard. It's like a proper little, like leather. It's like it fucking hurts if it hits you, you know? It bloody hurts. Like, this is something that if you bowl it fast enough and whack someone in the head with it, it can kill them, you know? So imagine getting twatted by one of them at about 80 miles an hour in man sausage, in the man sacks, which is what Joe Root did. Poor guy got out about 5 runs later. I'm like, why is he still out there? He can no longer birth children now. Plain cheese, sandwich, ready salted crisps, and a bottle of water. That's the England cricket team as a meal deal. Now, it'd be some sort of really shit version of a pretty naff drink, you know? Oh, God, you know what it would be? It would be Tesco. It'd be like Asda own brand Coke, which is gross. Normally, I am not a brand snob in any way. Like, I quite like some own brand stuff. England isn't even on the radar here. Probably for the best, really. Red Bull Colies. They're new Coke. It's new Coke. Oh, my word. Yeah, I don't know what... I missed what you said, Vic. I think you said something about heads will need to roll after this. I hope they do. Because, holy... Like, the funny thing is, I've been saying this recently, like, this has been coming for so long. But England have just had a habit of pulling out the odd really good result here and there, or saving what should have been an absolute embarrassment, and like just making it sort of pretty good in the end. Most supermarket own brand stuff is good, if not better than the big brands. Off-brand Coke is just grim. Yeah, exactly. That does not go well in off-brand brand off. I don't think there's even a proper cricket oval in the United States. Well, that's because you've got your own version of Rounders over there. This is a result of a decade of neglecting Test cricket, chasing money from the white ball game. Yeah, exactly. 10 years ago, we were like, yeah, we're the #1 Test team in the world. Fuck that. Let's be the best T20 side in the world. Fuck that. Let's also make our own one-day tournament that's not T20 and make that as another competition alongside a T20 tournament and a one-day championship and a county championship, which is nominally Test cricket. But who gives a fuck about county cricket anymore? Oh, wait a minute. Why is our Test team so bad now? How's that happened? They were really good. Yeah, and then all that team retired, and you had, like, no one left. Like, Andrew Strauss retired, Alistair Cook retired, Ian Bell retired, Jonathan Trott retired, Kevin Peterson, well, we don't talk about the most acrimonious departure in history. I mean, who else is, like, James Anderson and Stuart Broad, 2-star bowlers who are just like, they're in full, I'm too old for this shit. It's okay, because we won a World Cup off the back of a shithouse super overrule that was immediately changed. It was wild, yeah. I mean, yeah, like, the weird thing is as well, it's not even like, because this point was being made over and over during the test in the last few days. Like, the post-mortems were beginning on day 2 of the second test. That's how you know things are going badly. It's a 5-test series. By day 2 of the second test, it's like, yeah, well, how has this tour gone wrong? We're not even halfway through the second game. No, it doesn't matter. Every time we talk about Red Bull Cola, it makes me miss that amazing Toro Rosso living. Oh, I remember that. That was actually really cool. I'm also a dirty colonial and don't know shit about cricket. How differently do you play Test versus T20? Well, basically, it's like the difference between... I think the best way to put it, actually, is T20 is a sprint race. One day is a Grand Prix. Tests are an endurance race, like Le Mans 24 hours. Because Test cricket runs over 5 days, with both teams getting a chance to bat twice and bowl twice, in theory. I'm likening it to sprint versus endurance racing. Exactly, that's what it is. So basically, T20 is a sprint because it's only 20 overs, which means you can get the whole game done in about 4 hours. Basically means you've not got much time. You have to smack every ball around and try and get the biggest score possible in the shortest amount of time. So it's not just a case of plugging your good one-day players into a test team and calling it good. Exactly. Because what are they preconditioned to do? Try and yeet everything. Whole game in 4 hours is a sprint. Yes, when the endurance race version of cricket is 5 days, that's a sprint. 4 hours with or without commercials. Actually without, actually. But yeah, the mentality of a T20 player is to smack every ball into a new century because they have to. You don't really have time to be like, no, I'm just going to stay in for a bit. Not going to play that. You just got to go for it. Just got to yeet the ball. The ball behaves differently because obviously it's a shorter game. In a test game, the ball can degrade, and every so often you get a new ball, which is nice and shiny. A good T20 score is 175 plus, a good ODI score is 250 plus, and a good test score is 350 to 400. England have been barely getting 175s lately in test matches. When the Caribbean Premier League was on ESPN, I actually watched it for a while. Yeah, I mean, that's why there's so many different variants of the game. So, you know, like some people aren't into full-blown rugby, but rugby sevens is right up their alley in the Olympics. I quite like both, to be honest. You know, I just ended up listening to Test cricket first, and you know me, I like endurance racing. It's a good thing my partner is into it, so she can explain everything to me like I'm a dumbass. Aw. That's nice, though. We stand sportive partners trying to get their loved ones into sports and not gatekeeping and not being snobby about it. We like that. Signed, someone with a lot of neurodivergent special interests who wants people in my life to also be into them because that would be really nice, but also cringes that I'm worried that I'm putting things on them that they're not interested in a lot. Like the amount of times I'm like, would you like to come to this thing with me? And I'm like, oh God, are they just going to be so bored throughout it? We're walking around a museum. They're hating it. They're hating it. They also observed her Newcastle fandom, so there's that too. Oh God. I bet the recent ownership changes raised some awkward questions there. It's one of those things, you can joke about it from the outside, but at the same time, if you are actually a fan of Newcastle, that's a tricky spot to be in. I mean, unless you're one of those knobheads who's just like, yeah, this is the best thing ever. We're going to be the goats, innit? Dances around in actual, like, Saudi headwear, dressed up like flipping Mohammed bin Salman. Is it? I think so. Love it when my interests are all over the place too. Yeah, innit? Also, we've won the first 2 races, so I figure that we should be good in the championship even if we don't win this one. Although, Suji Speedway when the final sector was still good, but what the hell are we doing racing bikes here? Because Japan. Because Japan, really. Those headbands are so thank God they are. They are just like I don't think I'm exaggerating here when I'm saying it would be like your local football club being taken over by a holding company associated with the Nazi Party of Germany in 1935, and there's fans outside the stadium partying with swastika armbands on. Yeah, this is the best thing ever. We're coming for you, Man United. We're going to be the biggest club in the world. All hail on you overlords. Really? Okay. You keep waving that headband around. I really don't think you know what it actually means, do you? And neither do you care. So Newcastle, yeah, that's what we're talking about. Looking at you, F1 Twitter. What's that? Being cringe? Being toxic? Being horrible? So Millwall FC. Fuck's sake. Nick versus Millwall FC, the feud of the season. Look, listen, if a bunch of Millwall ultras show up on my house, I'm directing them I'm directing them to Bristol, bro. I've not got your back in this. I've got no dog in the fight here. Also, what's this? I'm just slipstreaming fools down the main straight at Fuji. I'm going to stick with my Hansa and 50+1, thank you very much. Hey! Excellent. Remind me what team that is again, by the way? I'm also going to stick with my AFC Wimbledon and 100% fan ownership, which is one of the exact reasons why I chose them. Yay, I have to... Oops. That was a bad place to look at chat. Yay, I have to go to get a COVID test because someone at my niece's daycare tested positive and I saw her yesterday. Oh, Christ. I mean, typical fucking the last 2 years, isn't it? We've spent the last 6 months being like, wait, maybe we are finally out of the woods. But at least Christmas won't be as fucked as oh, wait. COVID, well, we're mainly on the way out now, but maybe we can fuck up another Christmas for you. COVID-3, they wanted a third one. What, COVID-19 Tokyo Drift? So we had the COVID in the 19, the COVID in the pandemic, 2 COVID, 2 pandemic, 2 COVID, 2 lockdown, COVID-3 Tokyo Drift, the Co and the Vid Omicron Drift. Better for me to test positive right now than before I go to big. Yeah, that is a good way of looking at it, I guess. Omicron, believe it's not butter. Why does that work? Oriel, you really are the pun master because I have no idea how that works. COVID-3, fuck, go back. COVID-3, mash Kurtle and Z. Mash the undo key. God, so that means we've still got Co and Vid, and then Co 5, Co 5, Co 6, Vid 7, the fate of the COVID, the fate of the virus, and then flipping C9, C19. Oi. What? Oh, I clearly missed what Rainmaster actually said. I just timed him out. Whoops. Now mods, play nice. Timed out for 10 minutes. Accidentally did the default timeout 10 minutes. Come on, I've told worse puns than that. The kind of good thing that anime cringe has taught me. I can cope with F1 cringe. Yeah. I think there's nothing wrong with something that knows how to take the piss out of itself, you know? And fans who understand that too. And also just unironically liking things. Like, my life the last few years has become that 2-panel comic meme where it's like, shh, let people enjoy things. That's me. I've now sort of experienced Trackmania cringe. I mean, just to demonstrate how much of just, like, a man-child I really am, and how, like, I just like things unironically. Guess who started collecting Robot Wars pullback toys again? I mean, I had most of them as a kid, but the ones I still have left, they're in as-battled condition, which as a 9-year-old doing my own versions of Robot Wars on the living room floor means they're not exactly in pristine order. But I may have found a original in-box Sir Kill-A-Lot and an original in-box Refbot for, like, pretty decent money, actually, like kind of a steal. You, yes, me, guilty as charged, and I'm excited. Oh, you think that's sad? I got stupidly excited about buying Dragon Ball Z pajamas. Yeah, that's brilliant though. I am all about that. That's why, funnily enough, I explained the whole story of the Bureau of Neurodiversity or whatever it was called. That's why I came up with the name to potentially name my Patreon and the Discord the Special Interest Bureau, because special interests are a huge part of neurodivergent people. And I believe it's a thing that anyone can have. You know, everyone has their hobbies and their passions, and they're things that just make them happy. There's your special interest, you know? I might still play around with that name, because I wasn't sure. Dragon Ball Z. Right. What have we got here? What have we got here? It's another Suzuki Skywave. I will scream. No, it isn't. It's a VFR 400R. Ooh! That's sexy. And you know what I think we can do? What I think will make a really good stream main event? Not. We use this. Oh yeah, this was the cool thing about this game. You had to, if your bike won a championship, you could change the number on it to 1. Yeah, why not? Let's do that. Yeah, why not? So, there we go. There's our number 1 bike. We now have the number 1 plate on our bike. Well, they're at Primark. So, what we're now going to do is take care of business back here. And that'll be a nice stream main event, I think. So we've got 3 races left to tackle in the Sunday and Clubman Cups. And hopefully, with our upgrade from 250 to 400cc. In fact, this was one of the bikes we were racing against in those classes, wasn't it? There it is. There it is. 67 horsepower. Oh, boy. Yes, I had to make my boycott for them, and I hate myself for that. Yeah. You're speaking to someone who has to use Amazon most of the time. Well, uses Prime to watch things and, you know, the ethical anti-capitalist. Well, the part-time anti-capitalist where I can. Right, here we go. Sunday Cup first. This will be the Motegi round. The Speedway round, I should say. Let's do it. Let's go. This is a very sexy bike. And I mean, this is a very sexy bike. A really, really sexy bike. And we're up against all 250cc bikes, because, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Maybe it's the game going, look, you know, you've tried this race multiple times. We'll give you a nice run to start. Oh God. Oh, this top speed, 190. Do you need to make a cup of tea? Oh, I will at the end of the stream, probably. Right. Medium tyres. I think we're good on the mediums for now. I think we're all right. Really tempted to make some sort of Michael Masi related joke there, but you know, make them in your head. I'm sure you can. You know what along the kind of lines I'm going for here. Oh, the sound. I've got to say, some of my favourite sounding bikes are like the 500 to 600cc ones. So Moto 2 are probably my favourite sounding bikes on the MotoGP calendar. The 1000cc ones are good, but they're like a sort of meow. Like the Moto 2 is like meow. Like they have that scream. And obviously Moto 3 is like meow. They're mosquitoes. Oh no. Speaking of which, oh no. Guys, what we've done here really is, I mean, this is just real scary hours for everyone involved. This is real scary hours for everyone involved. My God, this feels so fast. Lol. Right, well, given how sexy this bike looks, how sexy this bike sounds, and how sexy fast it is, I think this one needs a name. Heckin' ads. Oh, God. Hello, darling. Hello, darling. Oh, hang on. Family have just returned. So, pulling the door to, so they're not like, please, shut up. Okay, where were we? Yes, that was it. Please. Anyway, yes, hello, darling. How are you doing, Simon? Lovely to see you in here. I miss when manufacturers built these tiny inline fours that rev to the moon and back. Obviously, the best ones were out of Japan. That was kind of what they did. In fact, my dad's second bike was a 500cc Honda. And then he upgraded to, he was going to upgrade to a Honda Fireblade, the big thick boy. But they were like, yeah, it's not available for another 3 weeks. And he was like, I don't want to wait 3 weeks for a new thick boy bike. And the guy in the dealership was like, well, there's this thick boy Kawasaki over here. He was like, it's mine now. And that's what became his signature bike. Because like I said, my dad was South London's motorbike for 1980 South London's version of Vin Diesel. In fact, though, ironically, in the 80s, he actually had hair. He only started losing hair and went bald after I was born. I don't think that's a coincidence. Call it Taron after BSB rider Taron McKenzie. Ooh, good shout. Who's just won the championship in BSB? Doing all right, still waking up. Got to get blood labs done today and also chat with the Surgical Centre for Prime Effects up for Wednesday. Ooh, exciting. First food, Red Bull. The drink, not the Formula One team. Don't worry, chat, don't worry. I was thinking along the Japanese vibe, because we've had a Taku so far today. We've had a Yuki. What about this? Oh, well, we've won anyway. Well, anyway, we've won. While we think of a name. Oh, God. So, well, that one's done. As Dave Grohl once sung, done, and on to the next one. Fun fact, by the way, which I only found out relatively recently, having listened to that song for a long, long time. The lyrics to All My Life, actually about oral sex. Male to female, you know. And Dave just straight up said that. He said, yeah, I just really like it. And, you know, the lyrics to that song that's actually what it's about. You suddenly look at the lyrics, especially in the intro, rather differently. Oh, Simon. Simon. You poor sweet summer child. Sorry. Maybe name it after a Japanese wrestler. Maybe. I'm thinking like, who's a... AJ, it's not 9 p.m. yet. I'm sorry, all right? Okay, 2 more races. Firstly, Revenge Tour of Motegi and then midfield. That laugh was totally worth it. Oh, Corvette fans here as well. Lovely to see folks arriving here. And meantime, as he's done for everyone in chat, Christmas Penguin wishes you all a Merry Christmas. Isn't that right? Yes, he does. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. The Yamaha VMAX is not here now. They're not around no more. And who do you think that's because? I was thinking of some sort of old 80s Japanese lit. Wait a minute. Oh, God. Oh. His head's... The name's gone. Legendary Japanese, driver. Toyota GT1 driver. Like one of the greatest to ever do it. AJ, words. I know. It's a constant battle. Right, anyway, while we're thinking of that, another name suggestions for our very sexy... For our Honda... Keiichi, that's it! Keiichi Tsuchiya, that's it. Call it Takagi after Tora Takagi. There's also Satoru Nakajima from the 80s, who I think statistically is the greatest Japanese driver in F1 history. Or am I getting confused with his son? No, it was Kazuki Nakajima that ran in F1 and wasn't very good, but has been far better outside of that now. We'll have a think about this. Anyway, firstly, let's get this shit done, shall we? Oh, you mean the British government didn't cancel it this year like last year during your Wolfenstein stream? No, but... Oh, Taka Nakagami! Ooh, good shout. Oh, shoot. Hitch, you'll know this. Who was the Japanese rider that was around in BSB for a while, who was really, really good? He was like a multi-time series champion. Whomst? Trying to think. Default. Yep. Okie doke. Oh, it's bugging me. I can't remember the name of that rider. Hopefully Hitch will know who I'm talking about. Right, anyway. Here we go. I also love the fact that this bike has the acronym VFR. It's the VFR 400. And in my head, that stands for very fucking rad. Ryuichi Kiyanari, that's it. Ryuichi Kiyanari, that's it. Yeah, he was brilliant for a while. For a long time, actually. He was really good. And speaking of really good... yeah, this race is significantly... Whoa! Guys, I don't want to alarm any of you. I think I just did a pass in the grass. If somebody wants to clip that, please do. Because that was accidentally awesome. And I definitely didn't just poo my pants. Some poo definitely did not just come out. Very fast rider, exactly. I met him in 2007 at Cadwell Park. Oh, did you? Oh, that's awesome. Meantime, we're already leading the first lap. This might be a bit of a monster, you know. I'm trying to think of, like, cruiserweight Japanese wrestlers. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Why has no one told me all stream while there's no game audio? Oh, bollocks. Sorry about that. Sorry, guys. Shit. Thanks for pointing that out, Oriole. I figured someone would have done. It's low, no problem. Oh, you know what you might have been hearing? Whoa. There is. Oh, I see. No, I know what you've been... Skelly, what you've been hearing is the game audio off my monitor. It's been there. Yeah, it's AJ's mic picking up the telly. Yeah. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. So what happened was basically in the intro, when I still had music playing, I cut to the game. And the game had music playing in the game, so I was like, wait a minute, just mute the Elgato quickly so it doesn't clash too much. And then I forgot to unmute it because I'm a toolbox. So you actually have a MotoGP bike, not a dirt bike. Well, we made our name on dirt bikes. This isn't a MotoGP bike, by the way. We are professionals here in the Twitch land, yes. Luckily, even on this is the lowest volume setting for this monitor, but through the Elgato and OBS, this is the minimum volume. Still means it gets picked up on the mic. And what you also get is because the Elgato has a slight delay, you may well have been wondering if the sound and visuals weren't synced up. They probably weren't, because there's a slight delay between the Elgato showing what you're seeing and what's actually coming through on screen. But yeah, thanks for pointing that out. I appreciate that. I know it's near the end of the stream, but never mind. Also, hello, Skellington, by the way. Noticed you arrived in here. Christmas Penguin says Happy Christmas. He's right, yeah. That was, yeah, he wished you Happy Christmas. Maybe it was bad timing, but he still does that. And hopefully now that the Elgato is unmuted, you get to hear more of the sexiness of this bike. That was a flop. I mean, it was. Slow motion flop. I literally just rolled to a halt and slowly fell over in embarrassment. Yes, we hear the high revviness. I've just remembered, by the way, I was just about to say, I've got the stream in the background whilst I drive a Southern Class 377 terribly along the East Coastway. Excellent. Sounds like a lovely way to spend a day. With the stream on in the background. Not working properly. Never mind. Also, before Oriole finally alerted me to the volume error, I was about to say, I think I've decided on my name for this bike. It's awesome, it's gorgeous, it's badass, and it's got red and blue streaks in it. Like red and blue streaks in a certain wrestler's hair. We're calling it Asuka. I swear I've already got one of these. Game, you really need to stop doing this. Though that is a very nice colour for it, I will give you that. But yes, we're calling this bike Asuka. And I know there's some crossover, because yes, you do. Is this game harder than Gran Turismo? I wouldn't say so. Because the bike leaning would throw me off if I played this. Well, in terms of difficulty, I don't think it is harder than Gran Turismo. I think the license tests are easier. But you do have to get past the fact that you're playing Gran Turismo. But motorbikes do handle a lot differently to cars. So once you get your head around that, you're off to the races. Pretty much. All right. Are we ready for our stream main event? We're up against the Honda CB750F, which was very fast when we took it on at Motegi and on the 250 bike, and a pair of 400cc bikes. All right, let's do it. Here we go. Asuka is currently 2 for 2 in her professional career, absolutely bodying Folds, earning revenge for Taku's previous gallant failures, his defiant losses. Was it Taku or Yuki? It might have been Yuki, actually. That's not how to do. Okay, right. Yep. We've passed for third already. Like I say, the thing about this, we've got a CB750F, which clearly was super fast in a straight line, as demonstrated in Motegi. Oh, the run out the corner. Oh, is there room? Yes, there is. There wasn't much room, but I made some. But what room there was, I made the most of it. I was like an efficient interior designer. There wasn't much room to play with, but I made full use of it. And just got to be careful up through here, because that's another bit where the track can... Oh, God, where am I going? Oh, my God. We'll just run that again. My brain is going 10,000 mph. I'm having trouble focusing because caffeine hasn't kicked in yet. I feel this. I feel this. Yes, we will chat later, lovely. We will do that. You should tweet that to David Crofty. What's that? Well, I'm like an interior designer. There wasn't much room, but I made efficient use of it. All right, let's try that again, except this time we're not going to immediately pull off a really cool overtake and then fall off. Like a good interior designer, Hamilton made the most out of little room. And Lewis Hamilton has made the pass. There wasn't much room there. But like a good interior designer, Hamilton made the most out of little room. Yeah, that's exactly what he did. I'm not quite sure what he'd have in his living room. Probably something a bit stupid. But I'd just have like a nice armchair at home because I'm an old fart. Yes, you are, Martin. Yes, you are, Martin. Anyway, yeah. What was it we did last time? Oh, yeah. Put off a really cool overtake at this corner. How about we do that again? How about we do that? Oh, no, we run a bit wide there. Oh, we're going to get the run. Okay, not this time. But how about we make the pass down at the hairpin instead? How about we do that? How about we do that? We set it up. Oh, the run out the corner. Yeah, there you go. Oh. Just as he was trying to come back across the track to close the door, I already shoved my foot in the door. So, you know. We're up second after the opening lap. The CB750F is trying to run for the hills. He's trying to run to the hills, trying to run for his life. But I don't think there's any running away from Asuka. Even given the size and power difference, I don't think it's going to matter. I really don't. You may be thick and stronger and powerful, but more powerful, but so is Nia Jax, and Asuka slapped her up stupid. Slapped her up multiple times. Oh God, 1.8 seconds. Oh my word. Asuka is out here. This bike is earning the name Asuka. It's gorgeous and it's terrifying. And it has red and blue on it, so yeah. That's the point, actually. I had an Asuka figure somewhere. I had a weird little collection of it. It was just like figures that were up at the local Wilco, which were just like whatever just happened to be hanging around. So I got a Becky Lynch in there one day. The kind of steampunk one where she had the like hat and everything. It looked quite cool, actually. I like that face. This was before the man or anything. And I got an Asuka one up there, and I think I got a CM Punk one on eBay. Oh, meantime. Oh, no. Oh, I mean, this is not going well for you, is it? What's that? You've not even got an advantage in a straight line. Oh, no. Oh, I don't want to say it's all over for you, but it is possible. But, you know, I am readying up the Asuka lock for you right now. I'm readying the Asuka lock up for you right now. and you are slowly passing out on the canvas. You are slowly passing out on the mat. Like, it's funny, this was back when I was actually watching some wrestling, let alone WWE wrestling. But I remember I did the thing where I was like I did with the Bathurst 1000 this year, actually, where I was like, right, I've woken up, something happened last night, so before I even check social media, the first thing I'm going to do while I'm sitting in bed is watch the thing before it gets spoiled. So I watched an NXT TakeOver. I think it was the one before Mania 32, I think it was. Yeah, it was the one before Mania 32, so was that TakeOver Dallas? Really good show. I mean, that doesn't narrow it down in any way, but I remember that was the one where Bayley's NXT Championship reign was ended by Asuka, and it was the most shocking thing because Asuka had her in the lock for ages, and everyone was like, Bayley's the valiant underdog, she'll fight out, she's still good, she's good, ding ding ding, yeah, she just lost. Wow. It was like a stunned silence in the arena. It was wild. Because nobody hated Asuka for doing it either. She was such a badass anyway, so. Speaking of Asuka, that was easy, wasn't it? Oh dear. Asuka, we have a menace around here. Asuka is something else. Whew. On medium tyres as well. This is indeed real scary hours for everyone else who rides motorbikes. Martin Brosnan is finding his groove and putting all that money from years of running drugs and robbing banks. From running drugs and robbing banks in the East End. You may have actually seen him in the background of an EastEnders episode. Oh! Oh, this was the bike we raced earlier in the two-stroke tails. Nice! I quite like this bike, actually. Yeah, we'll take that. This is not fucking duplicate. Yay! It's not a duplicate, and it's not a duplicate of fucking Suzuki Skywave scooter shit. I'm very eloquent. I don't know if I've told you this before. And, yeah, I think that'll do it for today. 3.5 hours, give or take. And, yeah. A lot of fun today. Thank you so much to everyone who's come by today. Chat has been popping off today. It's been lovely to see. Been a bit quiet lately at times, but I know that's partly because I've been very inconsistent. It's very busy. Do you have something to say? What's that? He wants to say he hopes you all have a Merry Christmas. You're all lovely. Except for Boris Johnson. He's a cunt. Thanks for that, Christmas Penguin. Christmas Penguin, who famously declared in our Wolfenstein plays last year that all Nazis must die. Nazis don't deserve Christmas. Oh, it's changed the Twitter bio. Yes. Amazing. Love that. Any streams for this week? Yes. Funny you asked. Wednesday, I'm hoping to finally have a video up at last on the AJ Omega channel, YouTube channel. Thursday will be the return of Tea and Trains for the first of a 2-part Winter Gala special, which is us running around all in the snow, basically. And then Christmas Eve might have something special for you. I'll see what I fancy streaming on the day. But it looks like it might well be Christmas Speedfest, which will be a series of simmed races in Assetto Corsa, just AI races. Unless my new wheel stands arrive by then. Could do that. Including the first ever event for what I'm calling the BTCC. No, that's not the British Touring Car Championship. That's the British Touring Communism Championship. Yes, I found a selection of Soviet communist-era cars on Assetto Corsa, and I've actually been able to navigate quite a good field through copious use of BOP. Because look, if any series is going to have balance of performance, it's the communist series. You know, nobody's allowed a filthy capitalist horsepower advantage. Nobody needs that. Nobody's allowed that. So off the top of my head, we've got race modified Zazzes. We've got Vazes. What the seek is going on here? Yes, Bliat. It's our racing series. It is. We've got race modified Zazzes, Vazes, Larders, Trabants. We've got Trabants. Which is amazing, because this series was partially inspired by seeing Guy Martin and a few mates race Trabants at Brands Hatch recently, except theirs were comically slow and actually got black flagged for being so slow they were actually a safety hazard. But don't worry, the Trabants I've got, much faster. Very screamy as well. So we got Larders, Trabants, Zazzes, Vazzes, Gazzes. What else is there? There's Moskviches. It's all good. It's honestly, I've been getting the BOP for this pretty well. The grid is actually pretty competitive. And of course, to make sure it's more competitive and all equal, because communism, then we'll have reverse grids, we'll have random draws, we'll have all things like that. If you haven't already, in the Discord, I will get the thread running again. I've got the Christmas 500 thread. You can sign up. You can be in this race. You'll just be as an AI drone, but your name and car will be in the race. I'll do a draft on the stream to see who goes to what team. I might also throw in members of my real-life boy stable. So if you've ever wanted to see the likes of Shane Van Gisbergen, Lando Norris, Pato O'Ward, George Russell, and Brody Kostecki, and Scott McLaughlin behind the wheels of Soviet touring cars, tune in on Christmas Eve. Hopefully, I'll let you know. I hate that TSW2 when a random speed limit gets chucked at you with no warning. Yeah, that happens. So, yeah, that's the plan for streams this week. And then over Christmas, I'll have some days off, obviously. Next Monday, we'll be back here playing a racing game, but not this one. Playing one that has actually been gifted to me as a Christmas present. We'll be playing one of my Christmas presents. It was gifted to me by Nate, actually. That's how I know what it is. It'll be appropriate as well, because it features toy cars. Did you get toy cars for Christmas? Because I've got a game full of toy cars for Christmas. It's Hot Wheels Unleashed. I've wanted this game for a long fucking time. Wheels warm, yes. So excited. Wanted this game for a long time. So because me and Nate just have a tradition where we throw each other's Steam wish list at each other, like, just do that. And I gifted him Celeste and I'm trying to remember the other game. But he gifted me Say No More, which is a really cool little like indie storytelling game about working at an evil overlord corporation, and being told to say yes and arse lick everyone, but then you start a revolution by saying no more. You see, it's a pun. And the other game he gifted me was Hot Wheels Unleashed, so fuck yeah. So excited. So that's hopefully the plan for the next week of streams. You should finally have some videos as well, including maybe a video on Christmas Day. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it's long overdue already. But, yeah, it's really exciting. Fucking exciting for Christmas. The world is dying outside. The world is on fire outside. But unlike last year, fuck it. I'm in the Christmas spirit. I'm feeling it now. We're going to enjoy it, aren't we? And he hopes you all enjoy it too. So, yeah. See you guys back here on Thursday for Tea and Train's Winter Gala Part 1. And to finish off today, we are going to go and give someone a nice hecking raid. I have no idea who's streaming right now. Isn't that part of the fun? Is that not while we're out here? So let's have a look. Let's see. That's the Carly Rae Jepsen tickets tab. Oh, there's not many people streaming right now. Really not that many people streaming right now. But there is one person friend of the channel, Simon, who we saw in here for a bit earlier. They introduced me to them. They're a very fun streamer, very entertaining. You must all tell him how nice his voice is, because his voice is excellent. And he's currently playing Painkiller Black Edition, a PC shooter, first-person shooter that I've played a bit, and it's a lot of fun. So we're going to go raid the Curliest Fry. He also has an excellent username as well. So raid the... So hang on, let me check his username. The Curliest _Fry. Do you want to mute the thing? Do you want to mute? There we go. So, the Curliest Fry. Yes! Excellent. All right. Well, however you choose to spend the rest of your Monday, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. Thank you for joining me here today. I'll see you again in the next few days. Good night.